Good evening and welcome to Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs, Colorado, as the Oakland Ballers visit the Rocky Mountain Vibes for the third game of a six-game series. I'm Nevada Cullen, and you're listening to Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. The Ballers' 12-game win streak came to an end last night in traumatic fashion. Not dramatic, traumatic, with a 16-1 defeat at the hands of the Vibes. It was Oakland's biggest loss since June of last year. The Ballers will try to flush it and bounce back tonight as Gabe Tanner looks to improve to 7-0 in his rookie campaign. Before that, it's time for the singing of the national anthem here at Block Tickets Park. I think it might be a playing of the national anthem instead. I do not see a singer, but we'll let it play. Tickets Park. We welcome those of you back who are listening on YouTube. Again, as I said before in the chat, have to mute the playing of the anthem to avoid copyright issues. We are allowed to, of course, hear the singing of the anthem, but today, a playing of the anthem here at Block Tickets Park. Let's get into the starting lineups. First for the Oakland Ballers, led by Aaron Miles in his second year as field manager. They are 57-17 and 20-6 in the second half. Tremaine Cobb Jr. is the shortstop leading off. Isai Santos, right fielder, bats second. Christian Almanza is the first baseman, batting third. Daniel Harris, the fourth, second baseman, cleans up. Lou Helmick is the left fielder, batting fifth. Cam Buford, DH, hits sixth. Jake Allgaier, third baseman, bats seventh. Tyler Lozano is the catcher, hitting eighth. And Davis Druick, the center fielder, bats ninth. As the colors have made their way off of the playing surface, now the teams can begin to warm up. And the pitcher today for the Rocky Mountain Vibes is Gabriel Courtwright. Now, he is a big unknown. And I say that because I did as much research as I could without making my head spin. And all I could find was that he played collegiately at two junior colleges in California, Santa Ana and Los Angeles Harbor College. Courtwright, a righty, 6 foot, 210 pounds, 23 years old, from Buena Park, California, made his Rocky Mountain debut on Saturday against Missoula in a 5-2 loss. That was game 2 of a doubleheader, and he went 3 innings, allowing just 1 hit. He gave up 1 earned run, and he struck out 2. I do know this, that his pitch mix is fastball, slider, changeup. and that really he doesn't throw that hard. He just threw a fastball at 87 miles an hour warming up. That's right, I have TrackMan back thanks to my trusty iPad. And I can tell you the defense behind Courtright today for the Vibes. In the outfield from left to right, it's Sam Linscott, Carter Booth, and Hank Hemrick. The infield from first to third, Gary Laura Gonzalez, Ty Dooley, Garrett Kieber, and Dane Tofflin, with Joscar Feliciano doing the catching. It is Military Appreciation Day for the Vibes as they roll with their camo uniforms, some of the best uniforms in the league, with the Star-Spangled Banner-like numbers and letters. It looks like the American flag. The numbers on the back, the text is basically in the same print as the American flag would be. The hat is a tricolor hat with red on the back of the cap, white on the front, and the bill is blue with Toasty, the s'more mascot, in the center of the hat. So it's basically a white camo shirt and white pants for the Vibes today. Meanwhile, Oakland goes with their road greens, with Oakland across the back in white and Ballers across the chest in gold. Gray pants to match the green shirt. It's a good look. And high green socks for the leadoff man, Tremaine Cobb Jr. Righty-righty battle, Courtright and Cobb. And the first pitch of the day is bounced to third, gobbled up by Tofflin. His throw to first is in time. One pitch, one out for Courtright. And it occurs at 6:34 local. That is 5:34 p.m. back in the Bay. Thank you for tuning in on your Thursday evening on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. I am Nevada Cullen. Chris Dorr is back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. First pitch was a fastball high to Cobb. He chased it and bounced it to third. Now a lefty, Santos, digs in. And the first pitch to him from Courtright is in for a strike at 87. Middle in. It's 0-1. No score, one out, top of the first. Ballers and Vibes. Ballers took game one. Vibes 16-1 win last night in game two. 0-1. Santos takes on the outside corner, high and outside for a strike at 89. 0-2. Santos on a 7-game hit streak and played on Tuesday. Went 1 for 4 with the game-winning hit, a go-ahead RBI single in the 7th. He's down in the count, 0-2. Courtright working directly out of the stretch. First base side of the rubber, kicks and fires, and Santos takes in the dirt for ball one. That one was not the fastball, instead a changeup that really isn't a whole lot different in terms of the speed. Just about 5 miles an hour slower than his fastball. At 84, the changeup. At 89, the fastball we've seen from Courtright. His 1-2 toss to Santos is smoked in the air to left field. Linscott over, makes the catch in the gap for out number 2. Santos hit it well, 92 off the bat. He got another changeup outside. Well, that was either a changeup or a backdoor slider that didn't really slide much. Either way, Santos did the right thing with it, but he's still victim number 2 for Courtright here in the first. 2 up, 2 down for the Vibes righty, who now faces another lefty in Christian Almanza. Open stance left-handed hitter waits for the first pitch. Almanza takes. It's a strike. 88-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone. 0-1. No score. 2 outs. Top of the first. Ballers and Vibes. Courtright set at the belt. 6 on the timer. Fires. Almanza takes outside. It's 1-1. Almanza got the day off yesterday. Tuesday against the Vibes. 2 for 6 with a double. 4 doubles, 4 homers against the Vibes this season for Almanza. 1-1 from Courtright. Almanza takes off the dish. 2-1. Fastball at 87. Outside to the lefty Almanza. 2-1 for Almanza from Courtright. 5 on the timer. The Vibes righty comes home, and Almanza swats it high in the sky. Foul territory, left side of the infield, out of play. About 6 or 7 rows back on the third base side. Chairback seating here at Block Tickets Park. Green chairback seats that extend about 10 rows up from the first and third base dugouts. Then beyond that, there is bleacher seating with a red back. Red is one of the Vibes' main colors. Really, I'd say it's red and blue. And so, very American. 2-2. Almanza takes outside. The fastball at 90, 3-2. Of course, as I mentioned previously, it is Military Appreciation Day for the Vibes as they wear their camo uniforms on this Thursday. That, of course, because of the proximity to the Air Force Academy here in Colorado Springs. Payoff pitch with 2 on the timer. Almanza fights it off. There's the slider. Okay, so we saw the changeup before. There's the slider at 80. The horizontal break on that one was just about a foot, so it's got some good bite on it, but he left it right over the heart of the plate, and so Almanza could easily fight it off. 2 out, bases empty for Almanza. No score, top of the first. 3-2 from court right. Almanza grounds it foul. Christian, the team leader in games played, 72. RBI, 76. Tied for the team lead with 18 doubles. And not only is first on the team with his 23 bombs, he's also tied for 4th in the Pioneer League. Another payoff pitch coming from the righty, court right. Almanza takes ball 4, high and away, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Badly missed the zone, and court right walks Almanza to extend this top of the first inning. No score, 2 outs. Almanza now at first base as a Southwest airplane flies from the Colorado Springs airport, or maybe to the airport. It's flying towards right field right now, pretty far away in the horizon. Check to first, and Almanza's back safely. Daniel Harris the 4th at the plate with 2 outs and Almanza at first. Harris just 1 for 7 in the series. Just snapped a lengthy hitting streak. I believe it was at 7 games. 7 on the timer. The pitch to Harris is swatted into left field for a base hit. Danny Harris with a first pitch knock. 105 off the bat. He got an inside fastball at 87, and he got the hands inside the baseball for a single. First hit of the game. Puts 2 on with 2 outs for Lou Helmick, who was the savior for Oakland yesterday. What do I mean by that in a 16-1 loss? Well, it was 16-0 entering the 9th. The Ballers got a couple hits, and then Lou Helmick's RBI single into right field put Oakland on the board, helped them avoid a shutout victory, a shutout loss, I should say. 2 outs, 2 on for Almanza. Pitch clock, did it expire? No, because Courtright stepped off with 2. No score in the top of the first inning. Helmick trying to put the Ballers on the board first. The first toss from Courtright, Helmick takes just below the zone, called a strike. It's 0-1. It did not miss by much, but that changeup really did not grab the zone. It's funny, that actually has the movement of a splitter, that pitch. The spin rate as well. 5 on the timer. Pitch from Courtright. Helmick takes high and away. 88-mile-an-hour fastball, nowhere close. It's 1-1. Helmick has upped his RBI total to 52 with his RBI single yesterday in the 9th. 6 on the timer. Courtright looks at second and comes home. Helmick takes way upstairs at 84. That same changeup, or again, I'm going to ask the Ethan Ibe, who's the assistant broadcaster for the Vibes. He's a friend of mine from Florida, and I'm going to ask him, because he told me the arsenal. I didn't think he said splitter, but that looks like a splitter. Well, a bee just flew in the booth. That could be a good sign for the Ballers. Helmick takes high and away. It's 3-1. He dropped the bat as if he walked. I don't think he realizes that's not ball 4. And now he has to reattach his shin guard. The bee just flew back out of the booth, but I'm glad it graced us with its presence. Maybe, just maybe, it's a 2-out rally bee. Runners are Almanza and Harris. 2 outs, no score, top of the first. 3-1 pitch to Lou Helmick from Courtright. He swings and fouls it back. He got 89, the fastball at the top of the zone, but he was just late. So the runners will get a head start here. That could be a good thing for Lou. If he could find a gap, it could plate 2. Courtright hoping to strand a pair. Helmick looking for at least RBI number 53 of the year. 5 on the clock. The runners go on the 3-2. It's low and inside, and Lou walks anyways. So it started off pretty good this first inning for Courtwright, just making his second professional appearance after starting and going 3 innings Saturday at Missoula. He only walked 1, but he's walked 2 in this first inning today, and now he has to face Cam Buford with the bases juiced. Bases full of ballers. No score, top of the first, 2 outs. First pitch. Buford swings and launches it. High and deep left center field. Booth is there in the gap and makes the catch for out number 3. Buford just got the slider off the end of the bat and cannot cash in with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Ballers leave him loaded in the top of the first. No score heading to the bottom of the first inning. Vibes coming up when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Home first from Colorado Springs. No score. Oakland strands the bases loaded in the top of the first. Here's who the Vibes will send up. They are 13-13 so far in the second half, led by Les Lancaster in his 3rd year as field manager. Carter Booth is the center fielder leading off. Kellum Clark, the DH, bats second. He had the lone home run yesterday, a 3-run bomb in the 6th. Sam Linscott, the left fielder, bats third. Dane Toughlin cleans up and plays third base. He's on a 3-game hit streak. But Hank Hemrick is on an 11-game heater, and he's the right fielder batting 5th. Gary Laura Gonzalez, 5 for 10 in the series. The first baseman bats 6th. Ty Dooley, 4 for 7 in the series. 3 hits yesterday, is the second baseman batting 7th. Joscar Feliciano back in the lineup, and he is catching and batting 9th. I skipped over Garrett Kieber, who's batting 8th and playing shortstop. As for Oakland, Gabe Tanner's on the hill. Tanner, the 23-year-old righty from Danville, California, 6'5", 225, and has a 3.35 ERA and a perfect 6-0 record so far as a pro. This is his 7th start, 13th appearance, 45 2/3 innings, 48 hits, 19 walks, and 31 Ks. Facing Carter Booth, another righty. To start this bottom of the first inning, Tanner's first pitch is inside, called a ball. It is high and tight, 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Gabe Tanner. Booth 1 for 3 yesterday. Was hit by a pitch twice and bounces this one 2 hops to second. Backs up Danny Harris. His throw to first in plenty of time for out number 1. Defense for Oakland today. Outfield left to right, Helmick, Druick, and Santos. Infield first to third, Almanza, Harris, Cobb, and Allgaier. Lozano does the catching for Gabe Tanner. Tanner Friday against Yuba Sutter in a 14-4 win for the Ballers. Went 7 innings, a career best. 6 hits allowed, 4 earned runs. Did give up 3 bombs, but that could be the Ramondi effect. And he struck out 4. First pitch hack fouled away by Kellum Clark off to the left. 0-1 as he was late on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball high and outside. Kellum Clark, 3 for 5 last night with hits in his last 3 plate appearances. Swings and shoots one into left field. Tough play for Lou Helmick over towards the line. Makes a leaping catch while running towards the corner. 2 down. Fastball low and a bit inside. Clark tried to inside out it. Didn't hit it that hard. It looked like it was going to bloop into left field, but he actually hit it a bit harder than he needed to get a hit there. Because he hit it at 93 off the bat, it held up long enough for Lou to run it down in left. Brings up Sam Linscott. First pitch to him with 2 outs is an inside strike at 90 miles an hour. It's a 6-pitch mix for Gabe Tanner. 4-seam, 2-seam, that's the sinker, changeup, slider, curve, splitter. And he buckles the knees of Linscott there with a fastball on the inner half. That probably should have been a ball. Generous call from Zach Dart, our home plate umpire. Travis Schatzman, the crew chief at first. Scott Ginger's down at third. 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. And Tanner just missed low with a slider. It's 1-2 on Linscott. 3 for 10 in the series. 27-year-old from Marysville, Washington, not Marysville, California. 1-2 pitch from Tanner from the windup, and it's fisted to center field. Druitt comes in and makes the catch just to the left of his head for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 first inning for Gabe Tanner, and we go to the second scoreless from Colorado Springs. This is Oakland baseball on 860 AM The Answer. No score, top of the second here from Colorado Springs. Ballers and vibes. 7, 8, 9 due up. Jake Allgaier, Tyler Lozano, Davis Druitt against Gabe Courtwright, who stranded the bases loaded in the first inning after walking a pair and allowing a Danny Harris single into left field. And so, can the Ballers get some hits with runners in scoring position? That's a big question for them. That has not been the case really in this series. 7 runs in game 1, but on 19 hits, they left quite a few runners stranded in game 1 in the 7-5 win. But then 16-1 they lost last night. Just 1 run for the Ballers. Jake Allgaier had a hit in the game, though, a double. It was the lone extra base hit for Oakland. Jake Allgaier on a 5-game hit streak, my breakfast buddy. As I guess that's my nickname for him if I had to come up with one. Takes high and outside, fastball at 87. It's 1-0. Allgaier is usually, when I go to breakfast in the morning at the hotel, the only baller in there. Although yesterday we were joined by Cam Buford. 1-0. Allgaier, the switch hitter batting lefty, takes at the top of the zone, called a ball, 2-0. And I usually try to give players their space. If I see them eating, I'm not going to go sit at the same table. But with Jake, it's like he's the only one there. And if I don't sit at the same table as him, it would be really weird. 2-0 is high and tight. It's 3-0. The fastball missed at 86. I was talking with him today at breakfast, and we were kind of talking about he's not really being taken out of the lineup at all as the 3-0 misses high for ball 4. And that's part of the reason, the on-base percentage at .391. He's a good hitter for contact, and he gets on base. Insert Ben Verhoek's Moneyball reference right there. Third walk from Courtwright, this one on 4 pitches. Brings up Tyler Lozano. Ballers hoping to strike first here in the top of the second inning. They did not score first yesterday. They didn't score until the 9th inning of their 16-1 defeat. First pitch to the righty, Lozano misses high and tight. Looked like the breaking ball. It was indeed the slider that did not hit its target, as looks like Les Lancaster is going to come out and talk to his pitcher, Gabe Courtwright. Les Lancaster in his 3rd year as field manager of the Vibes. Before that, he was the pitching coach in Ogden for 2 seasons. Lancaster, a former professional baseball player, drafted by the Yankees in 1981, and then the Rangers in 1983. He played at the University of Arkansas and Dallas Baptist. And he ended up playing 7 seasons in the majors as a pitcher. So makes sense that he is both the field manager and the pitching coach for the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Courtwright struggling with the command so far. Les Lancaster looking to rectify that. It's 1-0 on Lozano. 5 straight misses to start the inning for the righty Courtwright. 1-0 toss after the mound meeting. Lozano takes a strike. That's at the very top of the zone, the 87-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1. Tilo, day off yesterday, but on Tuesday went 4 for 5, tying his career high in hits. Couple singles, couple doubles as there's a throw to first, but Allgaier's back safely. He's not the prime candidate to run for the Oakland Ballers, just 3 steals. James Harris looked like he was just teasing him, the first base coach for the Ballers, about his arm motions on that slide back to first base. 7 on the timer. Courtwright's 1-1 pitch to Lozano. Is hit on the ground to short, chance for 2. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first is in plenty of time, and Lozano grounds into the double play. Keeber to Dooley to Laura Gonzalez. Rocky Mountain turns a pair. And that's exactly what Les Lancaster was hoping would come out of that mound meeting. Lozano grounding into just his 2nd double play of the year. Brings up Davis Druick. 2 out, space is empty now in the top of the 2nd. No score between the Vibes and the Ballers. This is the 2nd trip to Colorado Springs this season for the Ballers. First to Davis Druick. The lefty is outside for a ball, 1-0. On the first trip, Davis Druick did not play. He missed most of those 12 games against the Vibes in Colorado Springs and then in Oakland with a leg injury. 1-0 toss to the lefty Druick. He takes off the plate, called a strike. Fastball at 85. A generous call from Zach Dart. It's 1-1. Druick made his pro pitching debut yesterday, and he was lobbing in there. 1-1 pitch. Druick takes outside at 89. The fastball misses. It's 2-1. Overall, Druick was not bad in his pro pitching debut. 2 earned runs over 2 innings. A 9 ERA for a position player. That'll play. Gave up 4 hits. 3 of them singles, 1 double. 2-1. Druick, a hack and a miss on a slider that stayed up. 2-2. Couldn't quite make contact with the hanger right there from Courtwright, who's seeking his first, in effect, 1-2-3 inning, thanks to a double play ball. Pitch clock expires, but he steps off just in time, Courtwright. He's no Zach St. Pierre with his pace. He's using every inch of that pitch timer. Here he comes set with 9. 2-2 to Druick, way outside on the slider. 3-2. He doesn't seem to have a very good grip on it, command. He hasn't been able to locate it well. He's dropped it in a couple times for strikes, but you'd like to see him bury that pitch. Payoff to Druick with 2 outs. That is at the top of the zone, the slider, and Druick swung through it. Another hanger from Courtwright, and the Ballers come up empty. First strikeout of the day for Gabe Courtwright, as he does essentially pitch a 1-2-3 top of the 2nd inning. No score. We head to the bottom of the 2nd here from Colorado Springs. Ballers and Vibes doing battle on 860 AM. The Answer. Welcome back to Colorado Springs. In the bottom of the second, no score between the Ballers and the Vibes. Today is August 14th, 2025, and it's time for this day in Oakland baseball history. I couldn't find anything notable about the A's on this day in baseball history other than actually I think the Tony La Russa was signed away from them, traded away. But I did, because of that, I have chosen to talk about a Ballers loss, unfortunately. But it was a fun game, so here goes nothing. First pitch of the inning from Gabe Tanner is inside. The fastball at 89, 1-0 on Dane Toughlin. Cleanup hitter, the third baseman. Boise 6, Oakland 4 was the score this day in Oakland baseball history in 2024. 1-0 is inside. Again, the fastball at 89, 2-0. Kelsey Whitmore opened the game for Oakland that day, making her first appearance in a month since leaving for international duty with the USA Women's Baseball national team. 2-0 toss from Tanner is in and a bit low at 88. The fastball missed. It's 3-0 on Toughlin. Kelsey retired the side in order in the first inning a year ago today. 3-0 from Tanner is a center cut strike. Inner half, 3-1. In the bottom of the first, Stephen Wilmer put Oakland ahead with a solo shot to left, his third big fly in his last 6 contests at the time. 3-1 from Tanner to Toughlin is served foul off to the right, 3-2. I, of course, had to bring up Stephen Wilmer because he is one of several players in Pioneer League history to have played for both the Ballers and the Vibes. He went to the Ballers last season in a trade and then actually signed back with the Vibes this season and has since been released. He did play against Oakland, though, back in early July. Tanner's worked it back full. The 3-2 pitch to the leadoff man, Toughlin, is a broken back ground ball towards short. Cobb evades the bat, throws to first in time for out number 1, and the barrel of the bat trickled its way past Cobb as he made that play. And the umpires will check the grass on the left side of the infield for any shattered lumber. 1 out, bottom of the second, no score, Oakland and Rocky Mountain. We're talking about Boise 6, Oakland 4, the Hawks beating the Ballers today in Oakland baseball history. Bottom of the second inning, Josh Leslie had a 2-out, 2-run homer. That snuck just over the wall and left to hand the Ballers a 3-2 cushion. Leslie's actually killing it right now with the Tri-City Valley Cats of the Frontier League. First pitch to Hank Himrick is outside for ball 1, fastball high and away. Bottom of the 5th inning, another Ballers homer. Noah Martinez tied the contest at 4 in the 5th. 1-0 toss to the lefty, and Himrick bounces it right side to Almanza, who will take it himself for out number 2. Noah Martinez, his 13th round tripper of the year last season against the Hawks this day in Oakland baseball history. Martinez would see his home run record of 21 beaten by the man that just fielded that ground ball, Christian Almanza, against Yuba Sutter last week. And then with the game tied at 4, Brody Iglite pitched the middle innings for the Ballers. Tied a season high in strikeouts with 6 and did not allow a hit. First pitch to Gary Laura Gonzalez is on the outside corner for a strike at 90, 0-1. That extended Iglite's scoreless inning streak to 19. Unfortunately, Iglite right now is on the IL with an arm injury. Ground ball towards third, foul, 0-2. But unfortunately, as we wrap up this day in Oakland baseball history, Boise pulled ahead in the 9th and defeated Oakland 6-4. But no harm, no foul. The Ballers still made the playoffs in the second half. Am I right? I'm right. 2 outs, bases empty. 0-2 pitch to Laura Gonzalez. Tanner. Whoa, 91, high and tight. Chin music would be an understatement. Laura Gonzalez in this series, 5 for 10. 2 for 5 yesterday, 3 for 5 back on Tuesday. Stands in from the right side. Bouncing that front left foot up and down, resting the bat on the right shoulder, lifts it up, swings and pops it up. Right side, Almanza in foul ground, has room, drifting over to his left to make the catch for out number 3. Tanner 6 up, 6 down to start his day, and we're through 2 scoreless from Colorado Springs. This is Oakland baseball on 860 AM The Answer. Start of the third here from Colorado Springs. And the Ballers and Vibes are tied up. 0-0 here from Block Tickets Park in Colorado. 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Ballers in this frame. That's Cobb, Santos, Almanza to face Courtright, who has allowed just 1 hit over 2 innings, but has also walked 3. Got a double play in the second to erase an Allgaier walk. And so one time through the order so far, you'll absolutely take this if you're Courtright. Ballers a very good offense, especially of late. First pitch to Tremaine Cobb Jr. bends in on the inside corner, maybe just off the plate, but close enough to be called a strike on the slider. 0-1 on Cobb, who grounded out to third his first time. Waggling the bat vigorously. 0-1 pitch. Cobb takes way outside the fastball at 87. It's 1-1. Cobb on a 3-game hit streak, 3 for 6 on Tuesday, his 5th 3-hit game against the Vibes this season. 1-1. Cobb takes inside, breaking ball way in, 2-1. Ballers have had much success against the Vibes this year, 12-2 on the season with a knockout round loss and then the loss last night. 5 on the timer, pitch to Cobb outside, 3-1. And of course, with the Ballers' success, you would expect the offensive numbers to be good against Rocky Mountain, and that has been the case. Cobb hitting .373 against the Vibes this year. He waits for the 3-1. Cobb takes way off the dish at 87. The fastball was nowhere close, and Courtright has walked 4. I would not be surprised if the Vibes bullpen gets going soon with Courtright near 40 pitches, and considering the fact he's walked 4, and considering the fact he only went 3 innings last time out. Gary Laura Gonzalez shouted something at Courtright, and Courtright put his glove to his ear as to try to hear his first baseman better. Let's see if Cobb runs here, third on the team with 16 stolen bases. First pitch to the lefty, Santos. That's way inside at 86. 1-0. It's a weird combination for Courtright of slow thrower from the right side and wild. That usually doesn't play in professional baseball, but I guess he's been effectively wild, you could say. No score in the top of the third. 4 on the timer, Courtright from the stretch. Santos takes a called strike at the top of the zone. 88-mile-an-hour fastball in there. It's 1-1. Lined out sharply to Santos with 2 strikes in the first inning. Lined out to left field, trying to go the other way. Wind is slowly gusting out towards left. Cobb gets his lead off of first. 1-1 toss to Santos. Drops in a called strike. It was way above the zone. Not a good call from Zach Dart. Santos, probably one of the least likely ballers to challenge a call. But that was one he, I would argue, maybe should have there because it drastically changes the count from 2-1 to 1-2. That was a good ball above the plate, and on a breaking ball, I'm really surprised that was called a strike. Let's see if Santos can protect with 2 strikes. Cobb gets his lead at first, 8 on the timer. Courtright goes. Santos pokes it foul behind home. And that actually thumped off of a blow-up pitch speed game. It's where fans can go to pay to see how fast they can throw. Well, I went with Ethan Ibe and Jesse Cook, the broadcasters for the Vibes, and we did that before this game, actually. 1-2 to Santos is hit to the right side. Oh, that's off the shin of Laura Gonzalez. He picks it up, steps on the bag himself to get Santos. Cobb goes to second. It's a productive, unassisted first baseman putout for Isai. And Laura Gonzalez kind of looks up into the sky, I think, in a little bit of pain. Athletic trainer not coming out yet as Laura Gonzalez tries to walk that one off. Santos stung that one, 93 off the bat. He got a middle-in breaking ball. It wasn't low enough, but it looks like he's good to go. Laura Gonzalez doesn't need any medical attention. Brings up Christian Almanza. And so if you're curious as to what the broadcasters throw here in Colorado Springs, Ethan Ibe, Jesse Cook, both topped out at 55. Very respectable for 2 guys who haven't played baseball in some time. First pitch to Almanza way upstairs, high and away at 85. The fastball slipped out of the hands of Courtright. 1-0. As for me, I averaged about 65 miles an hour, topping out at 70. That was my first pitch I threw. And it was right down the middle. 1-0 to Almanza with a runner at second in Cobb. 2 on the timer. Pitch is a broken bat flare into left field, base hit. Cobb's getting away from Aaron Miles. Linscott comes up firing, misses the cutoff man, and his throws up the line. Tremaine Cobb Jr. scores on Christian Almanza's RBI opposite field single. 1-0 Oakland in the third. Almanza, the franchise leader in RBI, tacks on one more. That's 77 on the season. Add one more 7 on the tail end of that. And, well, he'd be a pretty good gambler. Cobb scores from second on the play. That was a slider down in the zone, and Almanza broke his bat, but pushed it into left field, into very shallow left field, I might add, and that's what allowed Cobb to score so easily. Linscott with a very strong throw home, but not enough to throw out Trey. And Almanza with the RBI knock gets his 77th run driven in this season. Here's Denny Harris with one out at Almanza at first. First pitch is swatted to right field the other way. Himrick going back. He has a play on it. He does not make the sliding catch. He dropped it. Almanza's going to third. Harris was hot on his tail. He's easily in his second with that opposite field smack. Ballers with 2 in scoring position on Danny Harris's double the other way. A 2-hit game for Danny. That's now 30 multi-hit games this season. And the reason that's not an error is because that took a strong effort from Himrick to even get to that ball. He had a great read on it. He tried to make the sliding catch, but the ball popped out of his mitt. And Harris has himself an opposite field double. His 16th two-bagger of the year as the infield comes in against Lou Helmick, Oakland's best hitter with runners in scoring position. The first pitch from court right is swung on and missed. High fastball at 83, and Helmick chased it out of the zone, 0-1. 1-zip Ballers, top of the third inning. Helmick walked his first time up. He hits here with 1 out. Almanza at third, Harris at second. 6 on the timer. Court right, the righty from the stretch. Helmick swings and hits it to the right side. This should get a run home. It's under the glove of Julian in a right field. Danny Harris getting waved home. Himrick's throw is cut off, and Lou Helmick brings in 2. It's 3-0 Oakland in the third. That's a tough call right there if I'm a scorer. I think it is ruled an error, and I think that's a fair call because Dooley just saw it go under his glove. Lou Helmick reaches on the E4 for now. We'll have to take another look at it later because I don't think it even registered on TrackMan in terms of the exit speed off the bat, but Helmick got a middle fastball and did not miss it. Here's Cam Buford. He takes outside 1-0. It's a 3-spot for Oakland with an out here in the third. Top of the third inning. 3-0 Ballers over the Vibes. Looking to bounce back after their 16-1 loss yesterday, Oakland. 1-0 pitch to Buford. Slider hung it, and Buford missed it. 1-1. Almanza and Harris score on that ground ball to the right side under the glove of Dooley. Now, I'll have to watch again because I thought the infield was in, but I don't think Dooley was in on that play. I think he was playing back. On 1-1, Buford takes just off the plate, 86, and it could not have missed by less. I mean, it's basically touching the zone, but TrackMan says it's a ball. Great call from Zach Dart, and it's 2-1 on Buford, who flew out to center field his first time. A throw to first, Helmick back safely. That throw nearly got away from the first baseman, Laura Gonzalez. Runner on first is Helmick after bringing in Almanza and Harris. 1 out, 3-0 Ballers, top of the third. 2-1 pitch from the righty court right. Buford swings and fouls it back. That was his pitch right there. It was a little high, but he saw a hanging slider, and I mean hanging. That thing really looked tantalizing. That's like Henry Rowengarter in that movie. I think it's Rookie of the Year. Pitching for the Cubs, loses all his velo and starts tossing in meatballs. 2-2 pitch to Buford. Runner goes, and Buford shoots it foul off to the right out of play towards the Coca-Cola courtyard. There's a big sign that says the Coca-Cola courtyard in right field. That's how I know it's the Coca-Cola courtyard. I'm not just giving Coca-Cola a free advertisement, but I really am saying Coca-Cola too much now, so I need to stop. Helmick at first. It's 2-2 with 1 out. The toss from Courtright to Buford with 3 on the timer is way outside. Yanked a fastball into the dirt, and the count is full on Cam, who's on a 9-game hit streak, hitting .526 in that span with 6 RBI, 10 extra base hits. Payoff pitch is next. Buford holds his hands high above his head. Helmick runs, and Buford destroys the ball left field. It is gone! The first homer of the series for Oakland. Of course, it's off the bat of Cam Buford. 5-0 Oakland in the third. 76-mile-an-hour slider. He finally got it. It wasn't even a bad pitch from Courtright, bottom of the zone, and Buford just destroyed it. 109 off the bat. It's Oakland 5, Rocky Mountain nothing in the third. That was a laser beam by Cam. Buford torched that baseball to left field. Again, 109 off the bat. It only went 380 feet. The launch angle impressive, as the first pitch to Allgaier swung on and missed, nothing in one. A 25-degree launch angle. That's not that high. It was a frozen rope over the fence for Cam Buford, who gets his 14th long ball of the year, extends his hit streak to 10. Allgaier on 0-1 fouls it back, nothing in 2. This inning has not gone Courtright's way, and there is action in the Vibes pen. Walk, ground out, RBI single, double, error, 2-run homer. 0-2 the count on Allgaier, who walked his first time. Batting from the left side, the switch hitter takes high and away. At 89, the fastball missed. It's 1-2. Buford just extended his hit streak to 10. Allgaier can push his to 6 here with a base knock. 1-2 toss. Allgaier bounces it foul of first, and James Harris tries to make the kick save and can't. It's into the front of the Rocky Mountain pen. Still 1-2 on Allgaier. This has got to feel good for the Oakland offense, which really, over the course of this series, has not been driving in runs at a high rate. 19 hits in game 1, but they only scored 7. 1-2 pitch to Allgaier is fouled back to the backstop. Still 1-2. Got a slider off the plate, and he just does stay alive. Yesterday, of course, Oakland 8 hits and just 1 run as they gave up 16. But today, they strike first. 5 runs in the top of the third. Still 1 out. 1-2 from Courtright. Allgaier's plunked in the caboose. Hopefully it's the caboose and not the small of the back, because the backside will hurt a little less. And Allgaier is hit with the pitch, which spells the end of the day for Courtright. Rocky Mountain makes an early change here in the third. The Ballers pour on 5 runs in the third against the Vibe starter to knock him out early. Courtright will hit the showers here in the top of the third, and so will we here on 860 AM The Answer for a moment. We'll resume the top of the third when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Here in the top of the third inning, a pitching change for the Vibes. It is Craig Scherer. Scherer has appeared against the Ballers and actually started 2 games. Now he pitches out of the pen against Oakland. Scherer, 5.63 ERA, 5-3 record, 14 starts, 62 and a third innings, 88 hits, 43 walks, 48 Ks. So you look at that ERA and then compare it to the hits and the walks that he's allowed. Oof. I mean, let's say there's been a lot of unearned runs that have scored against him, and including against Oakland. More on that in a moment. As Tyler Lozano digs in, Ballers up 5-zip in the top of the third. The first pitch to Lozano way outside at 81 from Scherer. We're replacing Gabe Courtwright. One-0 toss from Scherer. The lefty is low, 2-0. Craig Scherer. I mentioned the numbers. He's a lefty, 24 years old, from Orlando. Hey, me too. 6 foot, 180. 2-0 pitch to Lozano. Runner at first for Oakland. 1 out, top of the third. And Lozano takes outside. It's 3-0. Lozano happy to see a lefty. He sees them very well and hits them well. A team best .412 batting average against lefties with 21 of his 39 hits against southpaws. 3-0 from Scherer. Lozano takes way upstairs and outside. Allgaier hit by a pitch. Lozano against the new pitcher Scherer walks. So 2 on with 1 out for the Ballers as they bat around here in the top of the third. Here's Druick, who struck out against Courtwright. We'll give you Courtwright's final stats, or at least final for now, as he is responsible for the runner at first. But the final stats are the fact that he goes 2 1/3 with 4 hits allowed and 4 walks, striking out just 1. 5 runs, 4 earned thus far. Here's Davis Druick against a lefty. And Druick takes low and away. Breaking ball out of the zone, 1-0. Scherer pitched game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader against Missoula, an 11-9 loss for the Vibes. Went 3 innings, gave up 6 earned runs, 1-0. Druick takes low, 2-0. 3 innings, 5 hits, 6 earned runs, a strikeout, and 2 homers allowed. I'm going to click into this game because I have a feeling that the command has been a problem lately for Scherer. The 2-0 pitch. Druick taking all the way. Middle fastball at 91. It's 2-1. The last 2 outings really have not been good for Scherer. He only went 2 1/3 in an 18-15 loss against Grand Junction. 2-1 pitch to Druick with 2 on, and he fouls it off. Yep, just as I thought. Scherer with 4 walks compared to 1 strikeout in 3 innings against the Paddleheads on Saturday. 2-2 is the count on Druick. Ballers have scored 5 in the inning. Cam Buford with the 2-run bomb to make it 5-0. Christian Almanza also with an RBI single. And on what's called an error for now on Ty Dooley, 2 more runs came in thanks to Lou Helmick hitting the ball through the right side. Still just 1 out with 2 on for the Ballers in the top of the third. Lefty-lefty battle here. Scherer looks at second. Twice. Comes home. Druick swings, crushes one. High and deep. Left center field. Linscott back. He looks up. It's off the base of the wall. Druick has an extra base hit. Allgaier's in. Lozano comes around to score 2. As Davis Druick doubles home a pair. It's 7th heaven for Oakland in the third. Allgaier scores. Lozano trucks around from first base to score on the Druick 2-strike double to the opposite field. His 16th 2-bagger, drives in his 53rd and 54th runs of the year. And Tremaine Cobb Jr. will come up for the 2nd time in this inning. How about that from Druick? Took a fastball at 92, low in the zone, hit it 101 off the bat, 396 feet. Tremaine Cobb Jr. takes a first pitch ball low, 1-0. Amazing from Druick. 396 on that double to the opposite field. That's a homer at Raimondi. 1-0. Cobb takes outside 2-0. 7-0 Ballers with 1 out here in the top of the third. I wish we had Joe Horton on for the celebrity third inning today. He unfortunately was on in the 16-1 loss last night. You can go read his piece from that game on Dispatches from Raimondi, his website. 2-0 to Cobb. The righty takes outside from Scherer, who just is really, he's run into a wall this season because, again, the ERA is still just above 5. That's very respectable. That was 91 high and away. 3-0 pitch to Cobb with first base open. It is also outside. It's ball 4, and Cobb walks for the second time in this inning. Ballers have drawn 6 walks against Courtwright and Scherer, who have not been effective in this third. And now Scherer is getting some attention from Feliciano, his catcher, and Tofflin, his third baseman. The Ballers pouring it on here in the top of the third. Isai Santos is Oakland's 11th hitter of the inning. One out in the frame. The Ballers have already collected 1, 2, 3 extra base hits, 4 total hits in the frame, and also have walked 4 times. The only out in this inning was made by Santos, and he smoked it at the first baseman, Laura Gonzalez, who was hit in the ankle or the shin by that ground ball. Santos 0 for 2 in the game. First pitch in this lefty-lefty battle. Bends in for a strike. Breaking ball at 76. Catches the bottom of the zone. 0-1. 7-zip Oakland in the top of the third, giving Gabe Tanner some run support and then some as he seeks to improve to 7-0 on the year. Ballers trying to start a new win streak. 4 on the timer. Pitch from Scherer. Santos takes low. The breaking ball just down. 1-1. The runners are Druick and Cobb. Great to see Davis Druick just smashing the baseball the other way. That's how he was able to have so much success early in the season. His average has dipped to below 300. It's at 298, which is still respectable. But if Druitt can get hot again, watch out for this Oakland offense. 1-1 pitch to Santos. Swung on and missed. Good pitch. 90-mile-an-hour fastball south of the zone. You know what? That's not a fastball from Scherer. With that horizontal break, that's at least a cutter. That's not a four-seamer, that's for sure. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at it backwards. He's a lefty. That's very much a fastball. 2 on the timer, 1-2. Santos bounces it weakly, right side, picked up, glove flip to first in time. Nice play by Dooley for out number 2, whose only move there, at least in his mind, was to underhand glove flip it to first. He probably had time to pick it out of the glove and throw it, but that would have been rushed, and the glove flip made more sense. He was close enough to first for that to make sense as Druick moves to third and Cobb to second. Santos, with that 4-3 putout, has made the only 2 outs in this top of the third. The Ballers have already put 7 across. A touchdown and an extra point against the Vibes, who yesterday scored 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. As my mind is clearly on football as we approach the regular season. First pitch hack, Christian Almanza sprays it into right field for a base hit. Druick is in. Cobb gets the wave. The ball goes to the wall. It was a poor angle from Himrich, who was probably just trying to cut it off, and Almanza coasts into second with a 2-run double. He's driven in 3 in this inning. He got a breaking ball right over the plate, 99 off the bat, into right field, and Almanza has a 3 RBI game through just 3 innings. Again, all of his RBI have come in this inning. He was sitting breaking ball there. He did not miss it. The Ballers have put up 9 in the inning. It's 9-0 Oakland. These runs are unearned because of an error on Dooley. As Danny Harris, who already has 2 hits, will bat now. He doubled last time to right field to Himrich. First pitch swinging, attacks it, right field and deep. Himrich back to the track, makes the catch for out number 3. This time Himrich makes the catch against Danny Harris after that double to right field earlier in the inning. The Ballers send 13 to the plate and score 9 runs in the inning. It's 9-zip Oakland heading to the bottom of the third on 860 AM The Answer. Ballers kick a triad of field goals in the top of the third inning and are up 9-0 on the Vibes. I'm Nevada Cullen. Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. How do you respond to failure? The Ballers losing yesterday by a lot, 16-1. Well, they do so by scoring 9 runs in an inning today as Oakland makes some changes. It is now Davis Druick in right field. Darryl Buggs is into the game in center. And Lou Helmick is still in left. That means Isai Santos is out of the game. Santos, who is 0 for 3. But the reason, of course, he gets pulled is because there is a lefty now in the game for the Vibes in Scherer. First pitch hack, dribbled right side, picked up by Tanner. Glove flip to first for out number 1. That was really awkward from Gabe, but 1 pitch, 1 out. He will absolutely take that. Ballers leading 9-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. And, I think it's time for some crowd work. How about that? So what's the deal with airplane food? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not here for stand-up comedy. Crowd work is when I go down to the crowd and try to meet a Ballers fan. And that's what I did today. Well, really, I stayed up in my booth, and I got to meet a man that came to me by the name of Bill Greenslade. Awesome name, by the way, as Tanner locates an 89-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle, 0-1. So Bill came up to me wearing his black Ballers hat and introduced himself, said, "Go Ballers." Next pitch, low and away, the breaking ball from Tanner. It's 1-1. And Bill said he's actually from San Leandro. And I was like, okay, Bill, what are you doing here? Well, he now lives just outside of Denver. I think he called it Lakewood, the town he's in, Lakewood, Colorado. Bouncing ball to short. Cobb picks it up chest high, throws to first for out number 2. 2 quick outs, 2 quick ground outs for Tanner here in the bottom of the third. But it was a pleasure to meet Bill. He said he's a listener on 860. He was like, 860 AM, The Answer. That's how you know I'm not pulling your leg. I was like, oh no, I knew you knew who I was when you came up to me and said that you listened to Tyler and I on the radio. And we appreciate all our listeners on 860 and on YouTube. And it's so cool when we get to meet a listener who's tuned in from out of town, quite literally, as he's set up shop now in Colorado. But Bill said he's never been to Raimondi Park, as Juscar Feliciano takes a strike on the outside corner. 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Tanner. But I sincerely hope, Bill, that you're able to make it to Raimondi Park by the end of this season or maybe next. It is pretty late in this season. 0-1 pitch inside, just missed. It's a ball, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-1. But, yes, I love meeting Ballers fans, especially on the road, because it just shows that the Ballers are not just an Oakland team. It's becoming a nationwide brand. There's a strike, bottom of the zone, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Just caught the low inside corner, 1-2. The Ballers are Oakland, but the Ballers are also bigger than Oakland. They're bigger than baseball. And it's really cool to meet the fans from elsewhere. 1-2 pitch from Tanner from the windup. Does not have a strikeout yet. Oh, did he get it there? No, just called a ball. That was on the outside corner. 83, the slider from Tanner. Called a ball outside. It's 2-2. 6 on the timer against the righty Feliciano. Pitch. Broken bat right into Tanner's glove. The lumber's on the left side of the infield. The ball is delivered to Almanza tidily, and Tanner throws out 2 runners in the inning with 2 1-3 putouts, plus Trey Cobb with an assist in the frame. 9 up, 9 down for Tanner. 9-0 Oakland. That seems to be the lucky number for the Ballers today, heading to the 4th on 860 AM The Answer. Ballers up 9-0 on the Rocky Mountain Vibes after 3 innings of play. A total tone shift from yesterday here in Colorado Springs after a 16-1 defeat. How do the Ballers respond from that? Well, how about 9-0 through 3 innings today? Not bad at all. It is the top of the 4th inning. I'm Nevada Cullen. Chris Dorr is back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Thanks for tuning in on your Thursday night here in Colorado Springs. Lou Helmick will start things off here in the top of the 4th inning. He drove in a pair on what was called an error in the 3rd. I think that calling will stay, although Lou does pick up an RBI there. As Helmick hits one to the left side. That's through. No doubt about that. It's a base hit. Bangs it through the 5-6 hole, and Lou Helmick has reached in all 3 plate appearances today. He's now 20 for 52 against Rocky Mountain this year, hitting .380 against the Vibes. Ballers up 9-0, top of the 4th inning. Here's Cam Buford, last time up. Cam hit a 2-run homer to left field, 109 miles an hour off the bat. Extends his hit streak to 10. First pitch to the righty from the lefty, Scherer. Buford takes low and away, 1-0. Really sweet moment that I caught before batting practice yesterday, during batting practice. Aaron Miles comes out up to Cam Buford and says, basically, hey, I think you have what it takes to be in the big leagues. And that's got to mean a lot for a guy like Cam. 1-0. There's a strike. 81, top of the zone. Good changeup from Scherer. 1-1. And it's true. Cam Buford has what it takes to make it to the pros, to the big leagues, that is. And you look at the underlying numbers, the distance and mostly the exit velo on that swing for the homer. As he crushes one the other way to right field. Himrick racing back, still going, backing up onto the track, makes the catch for out number 1. But when you're hitting the ball consistently over 105 miles an hour, I mean, that's what major leaguers do. They're not hitting it usually 120, although that does happen for the O'Neill Cruzes of the world. But Cam Buford has the juice in the bat if he can continue his hard-hitting ways at the next level, whether that be another independent league in the future or minor league baseball. I have no doubt in my mind that he could be maybe the first Ballers major league player. Ground ball back to the pitcher, Scherer. His throw to second in time for 1. Throw to first is way upstairs, but Laura Gonzalez lands on the bag in front of Allgaier. And so it's a 1-6-3 twin killing to end the top of the 4th inning. A very prompt 4th after a very long top of the 3rd. It's still 9-0 Oakland as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. This is Oakland baseball on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Colorado Springs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Oakland Ballers lead the Rocky Mountain Vibes 9-0. I'm Nevada Cohen, Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Gabe Tanner has faced 9 and retired 9 so far after throwing a career-high 7 innings last time and picking up his 6th win of the season. He's trying to go for his 7th win today. He'll face Booth Clark and Lynn Scott and then maybe Dane Tofflin here in the bottom of the fourth. And so, with that, it's time to talk about Dane Tofflin's hometown on the wide world of baseball. That's right, it's back, and it's going global today. We're leaving the U.S., we're hopping on a plane, and we're going north of the border. Here's Carter Booth standing in from the right side. First pitch is low and away for ball 1. Good slider from Tanner, no chase. Dane Tofflin is from Grand Prairie, not Texas, Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. Swinging a pop-up left side, shallow center field. Cobb out there. The shortstop camped and makes the one-handed catch for out number 1. 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Base is empty. 9-0 Ballers over the Vibes. Kellum Clark is next. I don't know that Dane Tofflin will get up in this inning, but if he does, he's in the hole, and I wanted to talk about his hometown of Grand Prairie, which is a city in northwestern Alberta, Canada, with the southern portion of an area known as the Peace River Country. Peace River Country, that is where Grand Prairie is. It's within that section of the country. First pitch to the lefty Clark from the righty Tanner is low for a strike, 91. Just caught the corner inside, 0-1. It's located at the intersection of Highway 43 and Highway 40. It's 456 kilometers northwest of Edmonton. Now, that doesn't really help me figure out where Grand Prairie is because I don't know Canadian geography that well. Pitch with 1 on the timer is swatted off to the left foul by the lefty Clark. He tried to go the other way and hit it very sharply, but it's 0-2. So here's how you can tell how far northwest Grand Prairie is. It is a 25-hour drive northwest of Colorado Springs. It is 1,600 miles northwest of this city in Colorado. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced, right side. Tanner over to cover first. Almanza flips it to him, and that's some PFP for you. 3-1 the put away. Gabe Tanner 11 up, 11 down. And Sam Linscott is going to have to get on for Dane Tofflin to even come up in this inning, the native of Grand Prairie. 2 outs, 9-0 Ballers, bottom of the fourth inning. Sam Linscott flew out to center his first time up. Grand Prairie, for reference, is the 7th largest city, or at least was, in Alberta in 2016, with a population of 63,000 plus. It's the northernmost city in Canada with more than 50,000 people, which also tells you how far north it is. First pitch outside, the fastball at 90. It's 1-0 on Linscott, the righty. The census as of 2024 showed that Grand Prairie was up to north of 70,000. 1-0 pitch is squared up to center field, sending Bugs to the warning track to the wall. He makes the catch and then takes a little leap into the wall. So that just means we can extend the wide world of baseball into the bottom of the fifth inning when Tofflin will lead it off. No score in the bottom of the fourth for the Vibes. Oakland still leads 9-0. 12 up, 12 down for Gabe Tanner in this ballgame. Ballers lead by 9 on 860 AM The Answer. Top of the fifth here from Colorado Springs, 9-0 Ballers. And Oakland will send Lozano, Druick, and Cobb to the dish, 8-9-1 in the top of the fifth. I'm Nevada Cohn with Chris Dorr here on 860 AM The Answer. It's time for the question on the answer. And as we were talking about Dane Toplin, the native of Grand Prairie, I had a thought to ask, who's your favorite Canadian? Whether it's celebrity or maybe you have a friend from Canada. Maybe it's Drake. It's not mine. Tyler Lozano with a first pitch ground ball to second. He bounces the fastball to the right side and he grounds out. 102 off the bat. He just unfortunately hit it onto the ground. If he got some elevation on that middle fastball, it would have been a line drive base hit. It's a 4-3 put out. I'd say it's tough. Michael Cera, is he? I looked up a list of Canadian celebrities to make sure I knew that I didn't want to get any wrong. Yeah, Michael Cera. I think that might be my pick. I love Michael Cera. I love Arrested Development. One out for Davis Druick is a strike, 0-1. 9-0 Ballers lead in the top of the fifth inning. We have some answers already. One from Mass Spectrician, one of our loyal listeners on YouTube. There's a line drive under the pitcher and picked up by the shortstop Keeper. His throw in time for out number 2. I don't know how Scherer got out of the way of that hard ground ball from Druick, but he did. Mass Spectrician says that their nephew was born in Vancouver while their little brother was doing a postdoctoral study at UBC. That's a great answer. Favorite Canadian. Urhaj, my wife and children are my favorite Canadians. I was going to say, I knew we had a Canadian in the chat. I forgot it was you, Urhaj. Jordan Peterson, says Jeff and Nancy Butts. There's a strike to Tremaine Cobb Jr. Jordan Peterson is a Canadian psychologist and author. Mike Myers and Jim Carey, great answers from David Smith as Cobb takes outside for a ball at 81. The changeup just off the plate, 1-1. 2 out, spaces empty for the Ballers, up 9-0 in the top of the fifth. We have another shout from Mike Myers. That's a great answer. Love Mike Myers and Shrek, Austin Powers. I don't think I've seen clips from Wayne's World. I haven't seen the full movie, but that's another great movie. Neil Young, and another shout for Mike Myers from Chad. Matt Stairs, favorite Canuck, as there's a ground ball to short. The throw to first is in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Scherer, who is settling down as this game wears on. Question of the answer can keep going in the bottom of the fifth. If you have some more answers for your favorite Canadian, it's 9-0 Ballers as we go to the bottom of the fifth here on 860 AM The Answer. Halfway home here from Colorado Springs. If you take out the top of the third inning, the score would be 0-0. But the Ballers scored 9 in the top of the third inning, so you can't take that inning out. Ballers up 9-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. As we conclude the wide world of baseball and the question on the answer in this inning, Dane Tofflin will lead off the frame. He's from Grand Prairie. Some other favorite Canadians in the chat. Nancy Butts likes Eddie Belfour, the former ice hockey goalie. Shania Twain, if you have to pick a celebrity from Mass Spectrician. Great answer. Man, I feel like a woman. Just kidding. Great song, though. Saw her at Calgary Stampede. That's awesome. Celine Dion, that's my dad's least favorite Canadian. Sorry, Randy. He does not like her music. We have Rich Hart and Matt Stairs and Dave McKay are Canadians who played in Oakland. Good answer. Haj, who is not actually Canadian, just lives there. I'd say my favorite Canadian baseball player of all time is Joey Votto. Maybe that's recency bias, but he's just a very cool guy. Here's Dane Tofflin of Grand Prairie, who takes a strike. It's 0-1. He's from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada, very far to the northwest. Elevation also of 2130 feet. So that's not nothing. It's not exactly 6,000, which is here in Colorado Springs, as that's bounced foul, 0-2. Average January temperature is 7 degrees Fahrenheit. Average July temperature is a brisk 61. But temperatures as high as 106 and as low as -62 have been recorded in Grand Prairie. That is quite the temperature difference. 0-2 to the Grand Prairie native is inside, called a ball at 90, high and tight from Gabe Tanner. It's 1-2. Dane Tofflin's hometown is known as the Swan City because of the proximity to the trumpeter swans migration route. 1-2. Tofflin takes in 2-2. Also, the dinosaur has emerged as an unofficial symbol of the city due to paleontological discoveries in areas north and west of Grand Prairie. Tofflin calls time. And I know we were talking about hockey players. Tanner Fritz is a former hockey player for the Islanders of the NHL. He's still in his 30s. He's actually about to celebrate, I think, his 34th birthday. So happy early birthday to Tanner Fritz, who there's no way he's listening right now. 2-2 pitch. Oh, that drilled Tofflin on the back. And the Grand Prairie native will make his way to first to break up Tanner's bid at a perfect game. It's the first base runner to reach. So enough of Grand Prairie. Thanks a lot, Dane Tofflin, for breaking up a perfect game. It's all your fault for getting hit. I jest. Gabe Tanner, 4 perfect innings before hitting Tofflin to lead off the bottom of the fifth. 9-0 Ballers. Nobody out. Hank Himrick grounded out to first his first time up. See if Tanner can roll up a double play ball right here. That's a foul ball off to the left. 0-1. We can get back to the question on the answer for your favorite comedians. Jeremy says maybe some Wayne Gretzky. Beth says Gordie Howe. I think we're just naming hockey players at this point. That's okay. Eddie Shore from Chad. Oh, there's a good answer from Laura, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Will Arnett. Swing and a miss, 0-2. I love Arrested Development. Bees? Job's not on board. Terrence and Phillip, according to Jeff and Nancy. Leonard Cohen, says Diane Wang. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Tanner picks up his first strikeout with the 89-mile-an-hour fastball, low and away from Himrick. 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. There's a song lyric I love about Leonard Cohen. It's in a song by Boy Genius. If you listen to Boy Genius, I don't think we have any listeners in that demographic. I'm a bit younger than you all. Phoebe Bridgers, I don't know if you've heard the name. She's in that band. Tofflin at first, 1 out. Bottom of the fifth inning. Here's Gary Laura Gonzalez. First pitch hack, and he fouls it off into the Oakland dugout. Did James Harris end up with that off the bounce? We see you, James. Nonchalant. People are just naming Canadians at this point in the YouTube chat. Gordon Lightfoot. Andrew Wiggins. Lego Batman. Oh, wait. That's played by Will Arnett. Pitched low from Gabe Tanner, 1-1. Joni Mitchell. Good shout there. Urhaj says, I love running outdoors, and my personal record for coldest temp run in Quebec, negative 42 degrees Fahrenheit. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good slider from Tanner away from Laura Gonzalez. It's 1-2. That is cold. I don't even think I've been in sub-zero, let alone negative 42. Goodness gracious, Urhaj. Respect. It's 1-2 on Laura Gonzalez, who popped out to first last time. Runner on first, 1 out for the Vibes, trailing 9-0. Time is called. A balk is called on Gabe Tanner, I think. No, it's a pitch timer violation on Tanner. It's 2-2. Well, that does beat a balk because Tofflin has to stay at first. Two-two the count as Laura Gonzalez digs back in for the right side. Open stance right-handed hitter. Will raise the bat towards his right ear. Swings and jacks it high into the sky. Another pop-up. This one's out of play as Lozano watches it. Nearing the fence, and he's out of room. It's 3.5 rows back. Still 2-2 on Laura Gonzalez. Gabe Tanner still shy of 50 pitches. 48 to be exact. That's a great pace. And honestly, the way things are going, the Ballers are definitely hoping he could work into the late reaches of this ball game. I won't say all 9. That's probably unrealistic. But hey, it would be cool, no? Tofflin the runner at first, the only base runner that the Vibes have had thus far. Another 2-2 on its way from the righty Tanner. Laura Gonzalez takes in, called a ball. It did miss badly, actually. A lot further from the zone than I thought it was, the 80-mile-an-hour slider. And the count is full. You know he wants to come in here, Tanner, to Laura Gonzalez. He doesn't want to walk his second batter of the inning. 6 on the timer. Tanner from the stretch. The righty kicks, fires, and that ball is blasted. High and deep left center. Helmet can only watch it bounce off the top of the wall and over for a 2-run homer. And the no-hitter ends with a big bomb off the bat of Gary Laura Gonzalez. His second homer against Oakland this year and team-leading 12th bomb of the year. Ends the no-hitter and shutout bid from Gabe Tanner, all in one fell swoop. 101 off the bat, 411 feet. That's how far he had to hit it to get it out to left center here in Rocky Mountain. Laura Gonzalez with the bomb. And Oakland's 9-0 lead is cut into. It's 9-2 here in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Ty Dooley is next. That was a high fastball, not high enough. Laura Gonzalez was still able to get the barrel to it. Got a couple darns in the chat. You can tell Urhaj is from, or living in, Canada. Oh, we have some more answers in the YouTube chat for your favorite Canadians. There's a pitch just outside from Tanner. 2-0 to Ty Dooley, who grounded back to him his first time. We have Rob Ford, mayor of Toronto, from Jeremy. There's a strike, 2-1. And a great shout from Beth Mosley, NBA player Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA. 2-1. Grounded towards first. Almanza scoops it and runs towards the bag. Taps the square himself for out number 2. Shai's face and shoes were on our light rails during the NBA All-Star game in San Francisco. Very true. That's awesome. Oh, man. Thank you, everyone tuned in on YouTube today, giving the answers for question on the answer for your favorite Canadian. I think we covered all the bases. Sports, pop culture, politicians. There's Garrett Kieber. First pitch of the right-handed swinger is outside. The slider at 82. It's 1-0. 2 outs. Bases empty. Bottom of the 5th. Rocky Mountains on the board thanks to a 2-run bomb from Gary Laura Gonzalez to left center. Kieber swings and flies one to deep right field. It is far. It is foul, though. It's 1-1. Kieber played for Staten Island, the Ferry Hawks, and then briefly the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs of the Atlantic League back in 23. Was a NOCO Owl last year. And this is his second year in the Pioneer League, playing with the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Second on the team with his 41 walks, hitting .308. all while playing a good shortstop for Rocky Mountain. Grounded out to short his first time. 1-1 with 2 outs and the bases empty from Tanner. Swung on and missed, 89, north of the zone. That was the pitch he was trying to make to Laura Gonzalez, but he just threw it a bit too close to the zone. 1-2 count, 4 on the timer. Tanner did not have a strikeout entering this inning. And that's bounced right back to him over his glove, and Cobb fields, throws on the run to first in time. Nice play by Trey for out number 3. And Rocky Mountain breaks up the perfect game, no-hitter and shutout all in one inning. A walk and then a 2-run homer mean that the Vibes now trail by just 7. Gary Laura Gonzalez with the big swing, the only hit that Tanner has allowed in this game. Let's go to the 6th. Ballers 9, Vibes 2 on 860 AM. The Answer. Start of the 6th, 9-2 Ballers. Gary Laura Gonzalez erases the shutout in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ballers will have 2, 3, and 4 due up. That starts with Darryl Buggs, the second, who is in for Isai Santos, who was 0 for 3 in the game. Buggs had entered as a defensive replacement. Buggs will be followed by Almanza and Harris against Craig Scherer. And he squares to bunt and pops it up down the first base line, and it trickles foul. Buggs again trying to bunt for a hit. He did so successfully yesterday, but that time you could see him almost drop the barrel a little bit and pop it up. Thankfully, it just rolled harmlessly foul, and it's 0-1. I think it is also time for Nevada's Culinary Curiosities. That's right. It's everyone's favorite segment. Just kidding. It's my favorite segment. But today, I have a bone to pick with Sprouts Farmers Market. It is a global chain, and they have one here in Colorado Springs, just about a 10-minute walk from the hotel where the Ballers are staying. And I went on Wednesday to pick up some sushi. 0-1 pitch to Buggs. He swings and fouls it off of the catcher Feliciano, 0-2. And I have to say, the sushi that I get from Sprouts I usually love. But this one was very disappointing. And I'm going to say it was just a bit of illusionment. I was disillusioned by the sushi. 0-2 to Buggs is a called third strike on the inside corner. Great pitch from Scherer, and there's one away here in the top of the 6th inning. His first strikeout, Scherer, in relief of Courtwright. Ballers lead 9-2. And so I pick up the sushi from Sprouts, right? And it says the chef's special. And I look at it. It's got that little crunchy bit on top with some of that pinkish sauce drizzled over. Looks like there's some avocado in there and maybe some salmon or other type of fish. As Christian Almanza takes a ball just off the plate, 92-mile-an-hour fastball outside, 1-0. And I bring it today to the game. First of all, I tried to bring it yesterday. I forgot it at the hotel room out of my fridge, and so I had to throw it out. Next to Almanza's cranked foul off to the left. It is 1-1. But today, I finally bring it. I eat it for dinner because I didn't want concession stand food today. I was tired of the chicken tenders. I had had it 2 days in a row. And I was highly disappointed by this Sprouts sushi. 1-1 pitch. Almanza lifts it foul off to the left. Might be 0-2. I might have added a ball when there wasn't a ball thrown. Video board said, no, it is right. I'm right. I stick to my guns, 1-2. So anyways, I dug into the sushi. It was fine, but there was no fish in it. When I'm eating sushi, I don't want a California roll. That's imitation crab. It's good, but I want real fish. as Almanza grounds one to the right side. 2 hops for the first baseman, Laura Gonzalez, who takes it himself for out number 2. And instead of fish, I tasted it and I was like, this is carrot. It's a vegetarian sushi roll. It should have said vegetarian sushi roll. I would not have bought it. Yes, Sushi Wednesdays at Sprouts is a great deal because you get $5 sushi. But when I took a bite and realized that it was not real, like, fish, I was highly disappointed. Oh, Christy Collier said they just picked up some sushi from Sprouts this evening. You definitely will have better luck as long as you didn't get the chef special. You will be disappointed by that. It was good, but pitches low to Danny Harris, 1-0. It's just not as good. Chad pointing out getting fresh fish to Colorado Springs isn't easy. Colorado's too far inland, says Diane, to expect to eat good sushi. That's all fair. As Harris pounces it foul, it's 1-1. But I expect Sprouts to have good sushi. They usually do. And it was fine. If I was expecting vegetarian sushi, I think I would have liked it. But does it scran? That's the question. No, it does not scran. It's the first real failure on Nevada's culinary curiosities this year. Danny Harris drops to a knee after chasing a changeup low. It's 1-2. Scherer has retired 7 in a row. 1-2-3 fifth inning, and a pitch away from a 1-2-3 sixth inning. Lefty Scherer, righty Harris is 2 for 3 with a single and a double today. The 1-2 pitch from the lefty Scherer to the righty Harris is swung on and blasted up the middle for a base hit, and Danny Harris has a 3-hit game, his 9th of the season. A 2-strike ambush. He got a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and that was not enough to get it past him. He was not looking off speed right there. That's for darn sure. Uh-oh. Hope I have more pencils with me. This one seems to have lost its lead. This is why Tyler Peterson writes in either pen or erasable pen in his scorebook as I pull you behind the curtain, or give you a peek behind the curtain. 8 on the timer. First pitch to Lou Helmick, loops in high and tight. That's a ball. It's 1-0. This is a bit superstitious of me, but I'll pull back the curtain even more. I've been using basically the entire season a green mechanical pencil to match the Ballers' colors. I can't switch that up the way the Ballers have been playing, even after a loss, as Helmick takes a little hack of half swing and he accidentally fouls off a 91-mile-an-hour fastball north of the zone. It's 1-1. Another person telling me, don't get sushi if you can't see the sea. That's well said. Well said. I've learned my lesson. Broken bat flare towards short, backs up the shortstop. Dooley, his throw to first, actually that's Kieber, is in time for out number 3 as Helmick, I think, broke the bat right there and is retired. Harris is left stranded after his 2-out, 2-strike single up the middle. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Oakland still leads Rocky Mountain 9-2. This is Oakland baseball on 860 AM The Answer. It's the bottom of the 6th. That means it's time for scores around Pioneer League Baseball. I'm Nevada Colin Chris Dorr, is back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Gabe Tanner has thrown 5 innings, I should say, of one-hit baseball. That hit was a 2-run homer last inning, but still, that's pretty darn good. And here in the bottom of the 6th, they'll face 9-1 and 2, Feliciano, Booth, and Clark. It's 9-2 here. Ballers lead the Vibes. The other team the Ballers really care about, the Missoula Paddleheads, are up 6-2 against the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. That game being played in Missoula, despite the Sky Sox being the home team because of Colorado Springs' stadium issues this season. And if the Paddleheads keep winning, that means the Ballers are going to have to keep winning to get that 1 seed in the Pioneer League playoffs. Best overall seed between those two gets the 1 seed. First pitch of the inning, bounce towards third, past the dive of Allgaier and into left. It's a leadoff knock for Joscar Feliciano, who has been hitting quite well in his now 5 games with the Vibes. He's picked up 7 hits. 9-hitter gets on for the top of the lineup in Carter Booth. 9-2, the Whalers still have a comfortable cushion against the Vibes. By the way, Paddleheads, they're now up 9-2 after a Leighton Berry homer. The former high wheeler was traded to Missoula this season. Carter Booth's 0 for 2, and he takes a slider in the dirt. Pitch is blocked by Lozano, but Feliciano goes down to second on the wild pitch. Roberto Pena hit another homer tonight for Missoula, which means the new Pioneer League home run king actually has expanded his total to 38 bombs. The Pioneer League record is held now by Roberto Pena, breaking Adam Fogel's record of 35 from last year. Pena has homered twice tonight against the Sky Sox. 1-0 pitch from Tanner. Swung on, bounced towards short. Backs up Cobb, long throw to first and plenty of time. There's a cannon on the right arm of Tremaine Cobb Jr. where an arm should be, and he used it to its fullest right there, looking nonchalant but throwing out Booth and keeping Feliciano at second. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ballers up 9-2. More scores from around Pioneer League baseball tonight. It's Grand Junction leading the Ogden Raptors 6-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Grand Junction trying to spoil Ogden's playoff hopes. Swing and a miss from the lefty Clark, nothing in 1. I believe Ogden has won the first 2 games of that series, though. Elliot Good and Chris Sargent both homering for Ogden. Evan Scavato and Zeb Rose both going yard for the Raptors in this game. Pitch outside to Clark. The changeup outside. It's 1-1. Another score from Idaho Falls. The Chuckers lead the Voyagers 7-2. It's 9-2 here, Ballers. Runner on second is Feliciano. The 1-1 pitch. Clark rips it into left field the other way. Helmick looks like he has it played, but then has to break to his other way and make the catch for out number 2. He started to his left, and then he had to go back to his right to make the catch. It looked awkward, but he gets the job done. And after the leadoff single for Feliciano, he's stuck at second with 2 outs for Sam Linscott. One more score for you, other than 0-0 in Marysville, Yuba Sutter, and Boise. I don't even think they've started yet. No, they did. It's in the top of the 1st inning. But the other score of note, Billings leads Glacier 5-zip in Billings. Bottom of the 6th. Top of the 7th now as that pitch is lined towards Helmick in left field, and he makes the catch. Linscott hit the snot out of it. 103 off the bat, but he lines out for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for the Vibes as Tanner has thrown 6 innings of 2-hit baseball. And if he were to finish up now, he'd have a quality start on his hands, but he might just come out for the 7th. It's 9-2 Oakland heading to the 7th here from Colorado Springs on 860 AM The Answer. An impressive relief outing after the third inning by Craig Scherer, and he is done after his, it'll be third whole inning of work. He also pitched part of the third, so he pitches 3+ innings today, and he held the Ballers scoreless from the 4th to the 6th, making this a ball game heading into the top of the 7th inning. It's 9-2 Oakland over Rocky Mountain. Scherer is replaced by Peter Fusek. Fusek, the righty, is making his 3rd appearance for Rocky Mountain. He's got a 33.75 ERA because he's given up 5 earned runs in an inning and a third, 5 hits total, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts with 1 homer allowed. Sunday against Missoula, an inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts for Fusek, who actually was pitching in the Northwoods League for the Thunder Bay Border Cats in Canada this season. Now, what's going on near shortstop? Looks like, are they inspecting the eye of somebody? There are 3 vibes gathered around another vibe player. They're having a little powwow out by shortstop. Now, it's not Kieber. No, it is Kieber, the shortstop, who must have had something in his eye. They've departed him now, and Kieber's apparently good to go. I think there's a lot of bugs on the field because Joe Horton overheard something about a player wanting bug spray yesterday. Someone on the Ballers was asking for it. And I'd imagine a bug just flew into the eye of Kieber right there. So Peter Fusek is the new pitcher. Ballers up 7, 9-2, top of the 7th. It is a pinch hitter for Cam Buford, the DH. Michael O'Hara gets an at-bat here in the top of the 7th inning. And if Mike hits one out here, I'm going to take all the credit. First pitch hack, he fouls it off to the left, 0-1. Why would I take credit for that? Well, because I threw the 3rd round of batting practice today to the players who were not in the starting lineup. And Michael O'Hara did take me deep in batting practice to right field. I was very proud of myself and proud of Mike. 0-1. O'Hara takes outside, 90-mile-an-hour fastball just missed, 1-1. There has not been a single challenge in this game. But Mike, I appreciated him the other day when I wanted to see how my BP pitching would be. He stood in for me as O'Hara takes the breaking ball at the top of the zone for a strike, 1-2. He held his bat out for me so I can, practice hitting the zone. And then today I threw an entire round of batting practice in lieu of Aaron Miles or Jim Diedrich to Group 3, which included O'Hara, Leahy, Bugs, and Tatum. 1-2. O'Hara hits it down the first base line. It is fair. O'Hara with a base hit. This is into the corner. This could be at 3. This is at least 2. O'Hara turns on the Jets. The throw is cut off from right. The throw to third is in time. Good relay by the Vibes. It's still a double for Michael O'Hara. I'll take credit. Thank you very much. As he goes to retrieve his helmet, which he had lost heading to third. Aaron Miles trying to get third base umpire Scott Ginger to change his mind on that near triple for Michael O'Hara, but I don't think he will. It's a double and an out. We'll call it 9-4-5. I didn't really see who touched the ball on the way there. Dang it. Man, you know what? I'm still going to take credit for it because it is a double. Oh, we have an announcement. I didn't realize it is the first pitch is inside to Jake Allgaier, 1-0. I did not realize that it was official. Announcement from Christy Collier. Noah Milliken is the pitcher of the month in the Pioneer League. Congratulations, Noah. Apparently it must have just been released. 2-0 now on Allgaier. I had known that, but I had kept it a secret until it became official. Noah Milliken, the rookie. Allgaier taps it foul off his foot. Ouch, 2-1. Yep, Noah Milliken. His numbers from the month of July, 34 1/3 innings, 25 hits, 42 strikeouts, a 1.83 ERA, and a whip of .82. Congratulations, Noah Milliken. You are the July pitcher of the month in the Pioneer League. Count is 2-1 on Allgaier after he just fouled it off of himself. O'Hara, the first out of the inning after being thrown out at third on a double. Allgaier takes outside 3-1. You can't blame Mo for going for that. Michael O'Hara has the speed to leg out a triple. And it was just a really good relay from Himrick and I would assume Dooley. There's a ground ball through the right side. That might have scored Michael O'Hara, especially if he was safe on third. And Allgaier picks up a hit. Third time he's reached in the game. Jake's hit streak extends to 6 with that knock through the right side. Everything's going Oakland's way today. They lead 9-2 with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Brings up Tyler Lozano. One out. Lozano with the plate. Still seeking his first hit of the game. And the first pitch is swung on and dumped into left field for a base hit. That one had some snow on it. It had a lot of hang time. That little bloop by O'Hara. I can look up hang time. Yep. 3.2 seconds. Over 3 seconds of hang time for that little blooper over short. It hung in the air for a good while despite only going 192 feet. I love TrackMan, I gotta say. I think it helps that the umpiring crew is good here in Colorado Springs, but I think I've found the little sweet spot between being critical of the umpires and enjoying the benefits of having TrackMan available to me. Davis Druick takes inside 1-0. I think that's maybe partly because I didn't have it available to me yesterday because I didn't have my iPad on me, and I was unable to access TrackMan because I was using a personal hotspot to stream the game on YouTube. Davis Druick today is 1 for 3 with a 2-run double to left center field. On 1-0, there's a wild pitch that goes to the backstop. It looked like it almost hit the home plate umpire, Zach Dart. And the runners move to third, Allgaier, and to second, Lozano. Ballers with 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Only bummer in this inning is that there is 1 out because Michael O'Hara was thrown out trying to stretch a double into a triple. But alas, 2 in scoring position for Davis Druick, who is a .277 hitter with runners in scoring position this year. But he had a hit with runners in scoring position in the third. And here he takes a big looping curveball over the plate, high inside corner at 72 for a strike. It's 2-1. Druick, the lefty, against Fusek, the righty. Swings and hits one off the fists into right field for a base hit. In to score is Allgaier. Lozano to third. The throw is cut off by Laura Gonzalez. It's an RBI knock for Davis Druick, who has a 3 RBI night to his name. And Oakland has 10. It's 10-2. And we are now officially 3 outs away from another magic 8-ball 8th inning. Druick with the pop-up RBI single into right. That's his 18th multi-hit game of the year, 15th multi-RBI game. He turns the lineup over for Tremaine Cobb Jr. 2 bloop hits back-to-back by Lozano and Druick into left and right field respectively. And the Ballers have Lozano at third, Druick at first with 1 out, leading 10-2 in the top of the 7th. Next pitch from Fusek is the first to Cobb, and it's smothered in the dirt by Feliciano for a ball, 1-0. Tremaine Cobb Jr., he played 2 years at Troy. He actually started his collegiate career at Hartford, a D3 school. Really blossomed his 3rd year there in 2022. Pitch in the dirt, nicely blocked up by Feliciano, 2-0. Hit .311 his final year at Hartford with 14 doubles, 10 homers, and of course played a heck of a shortstop. That caught the attention of Troy, where he was their starting shortstop. And hit pretty well at Troy as well. .285 career hitter in 2 years at Troy. 15 homers, 84 driven in, and 100 runs scored. Men at the corners for Cobb. Pitch way outside, 89-mile-an-hour fastball off the dish. It's 3-0. Cobb today is without a hit, trying to put his hit streak from 3 to 4. He has walked and scored twice, though, but he's 0 for 2. 3-0. That's high. He'll walk a 3rd time. That'll help the on-base percentage. It's the first walk from Fusek, as Rocky Mountain is warming someone in the pen. But with a righty coming up here in Darryl Buggs the second and a lefty warming in the pen, this is not the time to make a move. Now Almanza on deck will be the time to make that move. So Buggs gets to face Fusek. Buggs, who struck out looking his first time, that was in the 6th inning, gets to hit with the bases loaded. He's 1 for 8 with the bases loaded this year. And on the first pitch, he takes high and away at 89. That's 5 straight misses now for Fusek. Ballers leading 10-2. Top of the 7th. Looking to break this game even wider open. After a 15-run loss last night, they lead by 8 with 1 out in the 7th. Buggs takes a breaking ball high at 73. 6 straight balls from Fusek. Buggs hitting .311 against Rocky Mountain this season. That's much better than his season average of .257. Buggs takes high at 89, 7 straight balls. This will be Fusek's last pitch if it's not in the zone. Again, a lefty is getting loose for the vibes with Almanza, a lefty on deck. 3-0 toss. There's a strike. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Could not be much more center cut than it was. It was a bit low in the zone. And now Buggs can look to hit on 3-1. You know he doesn't want to just walk in a run. He wants to bring in all 3. Nope, he takes high. 89 north of the zone. It's the second straight walk for Fusek. Buggs will absolutely take the RBI, his 21st of the year. Cobb to second, and Druick to third, while Lozano touches home. 2 in the inning for Oakland. Les Lancaster out, a lefty in to face Christian Almanza in the top of the 7th. Fusek ineffective, maybe his last outing as a Rocky Mountain vibe, unfortunately, as he leaves them loaded. At least he exits with the bases loaded, I should say, in the top of the 7th inning. Ballers lead 11-2, 1 out in the inning. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Ballers lose yesterday 16-1. They lead today 11-2. Top of the 7th inning, 2 on and 1 out. Actually, bases loaded with 1 out for Christian Almanza, who will face a lefty here in John Walsh, who pitched Tuesday against Oakland, got 2 outs, gave up 2 hits and 1 earned run, and walked 1. The lefty, 6'3", 210, 25 years old, is from Grand Junction, Colorado. And Walsh, did he face Almanza? That's my question. Let's see. He did, and Almanza doubled off of the lefty and hit it to right field over Clark. So that's a good sign for Almanza as he hits with the bases loaded. Corners drawn in here in the top of the 7th. 11-2 Ballers lead. First pitch. Almanza takes in the dirt. The breaking ball outside and low. 1-0. Nowhere to put Almanza for Walsh, who has a 10-8 ERA, 2-1 record. This is already his 11th appearance after being signed in mid-July. 10 innings, 17 hits, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts. Lefty-lefty battle here between he and Almanza. 1-0. Almanza swings and ropes one over the jumping Laura Gonzalez and into right field for a base hit. Cobb is right behind Davis Druick. They both score. Buggs wheels to third on Christian Almanza's 2-run single. A 5 RBI game for Christian, his 5th of the year. And Oakland adds a pair more. It was 11-2. It's 13-2 here in the top of the 7th. He rudely greets Fusek. Is that the first pitch to Almanza? I think so. No, I think it was the second pitch. The first was a ball. That's right. So Bugs gets to third on the 2-run single by Almanza. Here is Danny Harris the fourth. Men at the corners, 1 out. 13-2 Ballers. First pitch. Harris takes an off-speed pitch high, 1-0. So the line is almost closed on. Oh goodness, I misspelled his name. Fusek, not Fusker. Pitch outside to Harris. It's 2-0. Fusek went just a third of an inning, 4 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and already has 4 earned runs allowed in this inning. If Bug scores, that'll be 5. 2-0, Harris swings and jacks one foul onto the berm and left. And a young fan will go scampering for the ball. She's looking into the brush, and hopefully she can find it on that left field berm. It's 2-1 on Harris, facing the lefty Walsh, who replaced the lefty in Fusek. 2-1. Danny takes in 3-1. Harris this season hitting .324 with runners in scoring position. Has 60 RBI and has 3 hits today. He does not have a 4-hit game yet as a baller. Famous last words. 3-1 pitch. Oh, no, he takes ball 4. I was hoping to reverse jinx him there into his 4th hit of the game. However, he will have to settle for a walk as he's reached in 4 of 5 plate appearances. Bases back loaded for Lou Helmick, who is 2 for 4 with the bases loaded this year, including a bases clearing triple against Boise on June 25th. He's the team's best hitter with runners in scoring position. He's already driven in 1 run today. He is 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI and a run scored. Bases full for Oakland. Bags full of Ballers. 13-2 lead, top of the 7th. Pitch. Helmick takes a breaking ball low and away, 1-0. Ballers put up 9 in the 3rd, 4 more here in the 7th. Any momentum that Rocky Mountain may have had with their 2 runs in the 5th is gone, evaporated, poof. Not like Job from Arrested Development. Pitch in the dirt, 2-0 now on Helmick. By the way, I didn't mention Scherer's line in relief. 3 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Nice job in relief by Scherer. Not as good from Fusek, and Walsh has given up a 2-run single and a walk so far. John Walsh, the lefty, against Lou Helmick, the lefty. Pitch. Helmick takes a center cut, strike. 87. No, that was actually the top of the zone. That was a really good pitch. Not one that Helmick was going to pull the trigger at. There's still not been a challenge in this game for either side. The runners for Oakland, Bugs, Almanza, Harris. 2-1 pitch. Helmick takes a called strike on the outside corner. That was in the zone. Challenged by Helmick. Well, he's wrong. That was very much in the zone. But Oakland didn't have a challenge yet. And this is a spot to definitely challenge it with the bases loaded. And it is confirmed a strike. So there are 2 strikes on Helmick. He has driven in 17 runs against Rocky Mountain. 3 doubles and a homer. Had some clutch hits against them too, including the game-winning hit to help Oakland clinch the first half title. 2-2. Helmick takes outside, 3-2. This is not a clutch situation for Helmick as he looks to add to his 53 RBI on the year. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ballers up 13-2 in the top of the 7th. Payoff pitch. Helmick takes low, ball 4. And Walsh walks in a run. The Ballers bat around for the 2nd time today. Back-to-back walks from Walsh. And I think it's about time for Rocky Mountain to go to a position player, as the Ballers did yesterday with Davis Druick. Bug scores. Almanza to 3rd. Harris to 2nd. Helmick is at 1st. It is 14-2 Oakland. A 9-run 3rd, a 5-run top of the 7th. I want this inning to be over soon, but it doesn't have to be over yet. Just because I want to get to the Magic 8-Ball 8th inning. I think everyone is excited for that. Michael O'Hara up. He doubled his last time. He led off this inning with a double, but then he was thrown out at third base trying to stretch it into a triple. But good to see for Mike as he extends his hit streak to 4. Again, I threw him batting practice today, so any hits that Michael gets Oh, I threw Bugs batting practice too, Daryl Bugs. He has an RBI. That was a walk. And those are the only two I threw to today that are in the game currently. But I didn't see if anyone else got it out. I know Michael O'Hara hit a home run off of me in batting practice. Now, why did I sign up to do batting practice, throw batting practice for the third round today for the Ballers? Well, there's a story behind that. As Michael O'Hara takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 1 out, bases loaded for the Ballers, up 14-2 in the top of the 7th. I knew I would be a good batting practice pitcher. Let's just put it that way. I grew up playing baseball through high school. I pitched a little bit. I was not good. 0-1 to O'Hara is bounced foul to the right side, kicked by James Harris, 0-2. And by I was not good, I was too good at hitting the zone. I had 3 pitches, 4-seam, 2-seam, changeup. I did not have a good breaking ball. And I remember when I was 12 years old, I threw this great changeup down below the zone, and this one 12-year-old just golfs it out against me in the 12B All-Star Tournament. And so that's when I knew I was never going to be a good pitcher. I never had the stuff. I never went to drive line. I never topped over 75 miles an hour. All I could do was pump it middle. And then that, basically, knowing that, I was like, all right, I could probably throw batting practice. 0-2 to O'Hara, and he watches ball 1 outside on the 86-mile-an-hour pitch from Walsh, 1-2. Now, I did throw batting practice to the Battle Creek Battlejacks of the Northwoods League back in 2022. Today was my first time since then throwing BP. It's been 3 years. 1-2. O'Hara takes in. It's 2-2. Chad's got my question ready for the 8th inning for the Magic 8 Ball 8th. I look forward to it. If it's, will I throw batting practice again for the Ballers? I know the answer is going to be yes, because I got some good reviews. Mike was a fan. 2-2 pitch. O'Hara takes outside, 3-2. Maybe his great patience here is because he saw so many pitches miss the zone from me in batting practice. No, I'm just kidding. I threw mostly strikes. There were a few times where, like, he or Nick Leahy would take 3 pitches in a row. Payoff pitch with the bases loaded is fouled off by Michael O'Hara. With the bases loaded for O'Hara this season, he is 1 for 6. He has 11 RBI. He's played in just 26 games because of injuries. He missed most of the 12 games against Rocky Mountain. He's 4 for 11 entering today against the Vibes. Make that 5 for 12 with his double. So he's hitting well against Rocky Mountain in limited plate appearances. Another 3-2 pitch from Walsh. O'Hara strikes out. Dang it. Guess I'm not allowed to throw batting practice anymore. Well, he still has his double. Walsh gets the K. That's a tough matchup for Mike, lefty-lefty. But Jake Allgaier doesn't have that same matchup disadvantage because he's a switch hitter. He'll hit from the right side. He's the 11th batter of the inning. He's singled through the right side. From the left side earlier in this inning, can he pick up hits from both sides of the plate in this same 7th inning? It's 14-2 Ballers, bases loaded. Jake Allgaier swings and pops it back towards me and above my head in the press box, 0-1. Now, Allgaier has quickly become Oakland's arguably best hitter with runners on. In scoring position, he's 10 for 23 with RISP this year. That's nearly a 500 batting average, 435 to be exact. Bases loaded, he's 2 for 3. Can he make it 3 for 4? Not on that pitch. He fouls it away. It's 0-2. Ballers up 14-2. 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points against a safety. The runners for Oakland, Almanza, Harris, and Helmick. Walsh walked back-to-back batters before striking out O'Hara. Now he's way ahead of Allgaier, who has a hit today. It's 0-2. 7 on the timer. Walsh, the lefty, comes home, and Allgaier takes in the dirt, 1-2. Jake Allgaier of Channahon, Illinois, 6 foot, 200-pound switch hitter. The second switch hitter in Oakland history for the Ballers. The first last year was Stephen Wilmer, who was a Vibe previously. He was a Rocky Mountain Vibe. After the pitch in the dirt, on the breaking ball, the 1-2 pitch from Walsh. Allgaier bounces it towards third, foul. Impressive stuff in a small sample size for Allgaier this year. 21 games, 24 hits, 8 RBI. Hitting 312, 391 on base. Not really hitting for power. He only has 5 doubles, no other extra base hits. 1-2 pitch. Allgaier lines it towards second. Nice pick over there by Dooley. His throw to first is in time for out number 3. The batters sent 11 to the plate. They sent 13 to the plate in their 9-run third. They put up 5 here in the top of the 7th, and they lead 14-2 over Rocky Mountain. Time to stretch on 860 AM The Answer. It is the bottom of the 7th. The Ballers are up 14-2. Gabe Tanner is still on the hill for the Oakland Ballers. Tanner, his line so far is quite impressive as the Oakland Ballers lead 14-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gabe Tanner, let's see, 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, 1 strikeout. 1 strikeout is crazy. Like, normally he has at least 2 or 3 at this point, but he just hasn't had to today. There's someone warming in the Vibes bullpen. I want to say it's Hunter Bryan, who is a former two-way player, or former infielder. Now he's a pitcher. Either way, Gabe Tanner's been brilliant, and he's trying to complete 7. He is at just 65 pitches. That's amazing. Oh, man. He'll face 4, 5, and 6 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The first pitch from Gabe Tanner is outside for a ball at 87. Called a ball, but it was at the bottom of the zone. It's 1-0. It's time for Where Are They Now? Because it's a 12-run game, and I want to see how some former ballers are doing. First pitch hack, or next pitch hack, I should say, popped up out of play into the 5th row behind the first or third base dugout. It's 1-1 on Tofflin, who's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to short and a walk. Let's check on some ballers in the Atlantic League, first of all, some former ballers. First, let's go to Lexington, where the Legends beat the Ghost Peppers today 6-2. Did we have a Carson Lambert appearance? Yes, we did. Let's go. He got the 7th inning. He did allow a run, but there's a big but there. Not talking about Cal Raleigh's, as that pitch is called a strike. 1-2 on the slider from Tanner. Carson Lambert got the win today for the Lexington Legends. 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 1 strikeout in the 7th inning. Great to see from the former baller. Glad to see him continuing to do well. There's a pitch low from Tanner. It's 2-2 as Tofflin leads off the bottom of the 7th. Trying to see, it looks like Southern Maryland's game was probably halted due to rain, since it's apparently still going in the bottom of the 5th. I don't think any ballers have made an impact, though, in the game. There's a line drive to left field. There's a base hit for Tofflin, and it rolls to the wall. It's a double for Tofflin as he coasts into second with that leadoff 2-bagger. That is just the 3rd hit of the game for Rocky Mountain. Still 14-2 Oakland, so. But Tofflin gets the hit that he was hoping for. That extends his hit streak to 4 games. It's his 4th double against the Ballers this year. Next up is Hank Hemrick. 14-2, Oakland leads. Gabe Tanner still on the mound, 70 pitches in. Still going in the bottom of the 7th with his team up 12. Hemrick is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The lone strikeout victim against Gabe Tanner today. First pitch to the lefty, Hemrick, is low and inside. Scoots the legs from out from under Hemrick. It's 1-0. A final from Kane County. The Lake Country Dockhounds are 6-4 winners. And Dante Stewart, of course, had 2 hits and an RBI. Good to see Dante continuing to thrive in the American. 1-0 grounder towards the first base dugout where the Vibes reside. It's 1-1. I don't think I've seen if Christian Cosby has pitched in some time for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Actually, I don't even know if that's where he is anymore. Pitch is low. It's 2-1. Cosby, the former baller. No, he's now, that's right, Tyler told me. He's in Monclova in the Mexican League, where he's thrown 12 1/3 and has a 2.19 ERA after having a .76 ERA for Sioux Falls. 2-1 on the lefty Hemrick. The pitch from the righty Tanner is low. 3-0. 3-1, sorry. So updating my stats about Christian Cosby. Let's check in on Josh Leslie to see how his Tri-City Valley Cats are doing tonight. They won against the New York Boulders 7-2. How did Josh Leslie do? Swing and a miss, 3-2. He went 1 for 4 in the game. He's hitting above 300 this season. Hitting 9-hole tonight for the Tri-City Valley Cats as they beat the New York Boulders 7-2. Payoff pitch is next from Tanner. Still just has 1 strikeout. And there's the ball clubbed in the air deep to right center field. Bugs on his horse, makes the running catch while running towards the wall. Runner tagged from second. It's a long fly out, 384 feet for Hemrick. And that is just so impressive that Bugs is able to track that down. He's got track star-like speed, Darryl Bugs II. And he has no business catching that ball 384 feet to right center field. But with his speed, he can. And he did. Just great stuff from Bugsy out there. That's what the coaching staff said, that Darryl Bugs, I overheard them say that Bugs would play, if not all 6 games, at least 5 of the games here in Rocky Mountain. Here's Gary Laura Gonzalez, takes a strike, 90-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone, 0-1. 1 out. Vibes trailed the Ballers 14-2 in the bottom of the 7th with Toughlin over at third. There's the ball fouled off at the plate by Laura Gonzalez, who has the lone run-scoring hit today for the Vibes. A 2-run homer deep to left center, 400-plus feet off of Tanner in the 5th. Oh, 2? That's lined into right field. That'll bring home the 3rd run of the game for the Vibes. And then Druick slips in right field and still somehow keeps the ball in front of him. It is an RBI knock for Gary Laura Gonzalez. He has a 3 RBI game after his 2-run homer in the 5th. If you erase Gary Laura Gonzalez, Gabe Tanner is throwing a 2-hitter with no runs allowed. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It's 14-3 Oakland, still leading by 11. Ballers 2 outs away from a magic 8-ball, 8th inning. Here's Ty Dooley, who's over 2 with a couple ground outs to the right side. First pitch to him, called strike at the top of the zone, 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. I think that's it for Where Are They Now. I don't think any other former Ballers of note were in action. I did find out something interesting as that's fouled off by Dooley. It's 0-2. Bradley Burdett, if you remember him from early last season, pitched in relief for the Ballers early in 2024. He's now in the Pecos League with the Alpine Cowboys. At least he was in 2025. Ground ball back to Tanner. Has to bare hand throw to first in time, and Tanner throws out Dooley for the 2nd time this game. There's 2 away. I, of course, know that because the fact about Burdett, because Ethan Ibe, the broadcaster for the Vibes, he's their assistant broadcaster, he was an Alpine Cowboy. He was the broadcaster in the Pecos League. And so that's how I know about Bradley Burdett being in the Pecos this season. First pitch to Garrett Kieber is a ball, 1-0. Also for our Magic 8-ball 8th inning, I hope it'll be okay if I will be welcoming on to the broadcast the enemy, Ethan Ibe, will join me for the Magic 8 Ball 8th inning. 1-0 pitch to Kieber is grounded foul towards the Ballers' dugout and back into play, 1-1. But Ethan and I have not called a game together since we both were in school at the University of Florida. So it's great to see him again, and he will be joining me in the 8th. Don't worry, he's not much of a homer, so he's not going to be all Rocky Mountain vibes. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. Even if he was, it would be impossible to do so in this game. Gabe Tanner now at 85 pitches. I'm going to guess this is going to be his last inning. Although, if he comes out for the 8th, I will not be shocked at all. But this has been a lengthier inning. He's now given up 3 earned runs in this game, and you'd like him to have another quality start to his name. His 1-2 pitch. Swatted foul off to the right, out of play, over the Coca-Cola courtyard and that building in right field. Don't know what that building is. It looks like a concession stand, but it also has some sweet seats where fans can pay extra to watch the game with a nice view. Pitch black skies here in Colorado Springs as we've almost reached 9 o'clock, 10 minutes shy. 1-2 from Tanner, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Lozano held on. Tanner might just have finished his day with his second K of the game. It's 7 innings of 3-run, 4-hit ball from Gabe Tanner. A masterful effort in pitching and helping out your team and your bullpen with length. He gives up just 1 run on 2 hits here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 14-3 Oakland as we head to the Magic 8 Ball 8th inning. Get your questions ready on YouTube on 860 AM The Answer. Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios, turning on the music to let you all know listening on 860 that it is time for the Magic 8 Ball 8th inning. But first, there's a new pitcher for the Rocky Mountain Vibes. His name is Hunter Bryan. And to tell you about Bryan, let's welcome into the booth for the first time here on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. It's the Vibes number 2, and the number 1 in my heart, it's Ethan Ibe.
Aw, thank you, Nevada. Great to be with you. Reunited again. Yeah, Hunter Bryan, he's been one of the more popular late-inning options, more so in close games when the Vibes are up. Obviously, that is not the case tonight.
Yes, it seems to me like he's the closer. He has 10 saves. He's trying to work through some little struggles here and there, as he did on Tuesday. And his first pitch of the Magic 8 Ball 8th is bounced to shortstop, backhand by Kieber. His throw to first and plenty of time to get Tyler Lozano for out number 1. We still got plenty of time for this Magic 8 Ball 8th inning, so get your questions in on YouTube. I know Ethan and I are going to ask the Magic 8 Ball some questions as there is one out in the top of the 8th inning. Hunter Bryan, 5.08 ERA, 2-3 record, 32nd appearance for the closer, 10 saves, 39 innings, 17 walks to 51 Ks, almost 12 per 9.
And he's got the best mustache in the league, I must say.
Really? I haven't even looked at it yet. Let me put the knocks on. Yeah, that's looking good. I like that. He's got a good head of lettuce as well.
Of course.
Nice locks on the righty as his first pitch to Druick is outside. 1-0. Ballers in front of the Vibes 14-3 tonight on this Thursday evening after a 16-1 loss last night. Druick tonight is driven in 3. Bryan on for Walsh. We won't bother with his line because we got to get to the questions for the Magic 8 Ball as Druick takes in for a ball. It's 2-0. So first thing we do, Ethan, is we go to our YouTube chat because people like to ask questions to the Magic 8 Ball, including Jeff and Nancy Butts, who gifted me this Magic 8 Ball, best wedding present ever. 2-0's outside to Davis Druick, and Jeff and Nancy would like to know, Magic 8 Ball, will people who already sent a wedding present get an invitation to the wedding? That's a great question. Magic 8 Ball says, concentrate and ask again. Interesting. 3-0 is a strike from Druick, 3-1. I think the Magic 8 Ball knows my guess count is really bordering right now on the limit of the venue. I love you, Jeff and Nancy. Oh, man. 3-1 pitch to Druick, swing and a miss, 3-2. So that's kind of how it goes. Sometimes people like to give, I like to give an wonderful Magic 8 Ball, majestic Magic 8 Ball.
You sauce it up before you ask the
Exactly,
question. I got you. That's what you have to do.
And here, for those of you who don't believe me, that's the Magic 8 Ball bumping into my microphone. Payoff pitch from Brian to Druick is ripped through the right side, base hit. And Davis Druick has a 3-hit game. 3 for 5 on the night. Great first question, says Chad. I believe Chad had a question for me. I don't know if I might have to scroll back to find it. We have another question from one Tony Peterson. I don't know if he's related to Tyler in some way, Tyler Peterson, but he asked, will the Gators win a national championship in any sport in the next 5 years?
I hope so.
Ethan is a former Gator. It is certain. That's the best possible answer.
Come on.
And the most accurate, too, because Ethan can affirm me in saying this as Jermaine Cobb Jr. takes a strike, 0-1. The Florida Gators, they're an everything school.
Absolutely
It's
right.
not just football and basketball. In fact, those usually take a back seat. Basketball obviously won a national title last year, but it's usually gymnastics and track and field with Mouse Holloway leading the reins as Cobb swings and misses, 0-2.
Yeah, Jenny Rowland leading the gymnastics crew.
Yep.
Those smaller sports, so to speak, have been very successful, but we're still basking in the glory of a national championship in March Madness.
That was pretty sweet. That was a fun ride, Ethan.
I got to cover it.
Did you really?
I did.
Were you there?
I was in San Francisco.
Oh, sweet. Over in our neck of the woods as Cobb takes the outside, 1-2.
Yeah, I broadcasted a few games from the Chase Center.
Oh, how was that?
Sweet 16, Elite 8, amazing. Didn't get to go to the Natty, but I got to
okay.
celebrate in Gainesville.
Good. I think seeing the celebrations in Gainesville, it was amazing. Just something that seemed so impossible a few years ago under Mike White. 1-2 to Cobb is outside, 2-2. Ballers lead 14-3 here in the top of the eighth. The Magic 8 Ball eighth inning. Nevada Cullen joined by Ethan Ive, the broadcaster of the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Are the Vibes going to come back and win this game? Someone's tempting fate here. Wayne on our YouTube chat. We're going to ask the Magic 8 Ball. 2-2 pitch is a broken bat, little flare foul, and Cobb will need some new lumber. It is certain. All right, the Vibes are coming back.
Okay.
Here in Colorado Springs.
Do I get at least one question for this 8 ball here?
You get as many as you want, Ethan.
Okay. Well, I'd like to know, you guys, the Ballers, you're certain to make the postseason. You guys won the first half. You're obviously leading here in the second, but the Vibes are 2 games out of a playoff spot. Will the Vibes make the postseason in 2025?
Y'all are only 2 games out?
Yeah, we're behind Idaho Falls.
Okay, I see you. It is decidedly so.
Whoa.
Vibes second half surge oncoming,
Okay.
according to the 8 Ball.
I like it.
My throat is starting to get sore here in the 8th inning. A lot of exciting calls today on my end of things. 2-2 to Cobb is outside, 3-2. Magic 8 Ball, should I break open a cough drop between innings? It is decidedly so.
Yes, as one would expect.
Yeah, of course. 14-3 Ballers lead. Cobb with a long at bat here has worked it full against Brian. Cobb still looking to push his hit streak to 4. He's walked 3 times today. And the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. 94 north of the zone, and that is what makes Brian such a good candidate to be the one who's getting the opportunity in save situations late in the game.
This is a guy that was a former position player in the Texas Rangers organization a couple of years ago, but evidently the cannon on the mound has been his biggest tool.
Very Tyler Naquin of him.
Oh, yes. Anthony Ghost, maybe?
Yes. I remember hearing about that last year. I was listening, actually, I think, to a White Sox or a Guardians game. I was probably listening to Tom Hamilton. 2 outs and Bugs fouls it back. 0-1. We have another question from our YouTube chat as the Ballers lead 14-3 in the Magic 8 Ball, top of the 8th inning. It is from Chad, who asks, should Nevada review a top-tier Rocky Mountain Oysters establishment for Nevada's culinary curiosities?
Oh, the oysters.
Here we go. 0-1 pitch. Fouled back. It is decidedly so. Why do I keep doing this? Is there other options? Oh, without a doubt is the next from the Magic 8 Ball.
Have you made it up to Coors Field at all in your life?
Oh, Tony Peterson chimes in with Kenley Jansen
Oh,
for our last thing. Coors Field, I have not. It's definitely on the bucket list. It's one of my probably top 5 favorite. You have gotten to go this summer?
Couple of times. I did the Rockies 5K back in May.
Did you really? How'd that go?
It was awesome.
That's so sweet.
I survived.
0-2 pitch. Low and outside, 1-2. Magic 8 Ball, would Ethan survive a marathon if he tried it with training? Outlook not so good.
It is not so good. I will tell you that. I don't need an 8 ball to tell me that.
Runner on first is Druick. 1-2 pitch from Brian with 2 outs. 2 Bugs is swung on and missed. Another fastball at 93, blown by Bugs. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Brian. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Druick left it first in the top of the 8th. Magic 8 Ball inning returns when you do on 860 AM The Answer. It is the bottom of the 8th inning. There is a new pitcher, psych, it's still Gabe Tanner here in the bottom of the 8th inning, who is attempting to get an out in the 8th for the first time in his career. Nice. This is just what he does, Ethan. 2 strikeouts on the day, relatively low in the strikeout count, and that's how he's able to just pick up outs. And that's what he's done today. Magic 8 Ball, bottom. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I watched Gabe Tanner July 6th here at this ballpark, and he got a win then, and he's been just as good today.
His ERA coming in was 3 against the Vibes. It'll go up because he's not going all 9 at this point. He's thrown almost 90 pitches. But still, he's been true to form against the Vibes today as his first pitch at the bottom of the 8th is low to Joscar Feliciano. It is 1-0. All right, Magic 8 Ball 8th inning. I think I should hand the ball over to you.
Okay.
So you can give it a shake. Get to try it out, how it feels in your hand. It is very nice and weighty. Yeah, it's very powerful as Tanner misses outside 2-0. I do have one real quick from Dan Silver. Does Casey Pratt beat Scrappy in a foot race? Casey's in his first year working with the Ballers, helping run the show on the field as that's fouled off by Feliciano. It's 2-1. Don't count on it. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, here we go. Will Ethan replace Nevada as the new Ballers play-by-play guy?
Who asks this?
This is Jeff and Nancy Butts, Reed's parents.
Oh, boy.
Well, let's let the Magic 8 Ball decide. 2-1 pitch is in low for a ball. Just missed low, 3-1.
You may rely on it. Hello.
Hey, 2026, who says no?
I don't. I'm going to be honest right now.
Yeah. 3-1 pitch is a strike, 3-2. I will say, if Ethan were to replace me next year, just throwing that crazy possibility out there, you guys would be getting a good one. We Florida Gators do it right. And, he's been doing a great job for Rocky Mountain this year. 3-2 pitch is a ground ball towards first. Christian Almanza scoops it up and will take it himself for out number 1. I mean, Ethan, can you talk a second about what you've done for the Florida Gators in terms of its journalism school? Because when I got there was basically nothing in terms of student radio, especially compared to schools like Syracuse and Arizona State. What have you done to help the Gators to get a student radio station up and running?
Well, first of all, I learned a lot from Nevada over my first couple of years. He graduated a few years before I did, so he mentored me, but we got a lot of things going for the College of Journalism.
That's right. First pitch is a ground ball foul by the leadoff man, Booth. 0-1.
Students who broadcast at UF didn't have an outlet. nowhere for people to listen. So we began the Orange and Blue Sports Network on YouTube, at OBSN Gators, Instagram as well, Twitter as well. And that's a place where you can go and tune in to every single student broadcast for Florida.
Pitches outside. It's 1-1. So if you are someone who likes listening to the radio, I would highly recommend when the Gators are playing next year, or even if you want to actually listen to any team, the student broadcast networks are a really fun way to tune into a game. 1-1 pitch is low and inside, 2-1 on Booth.
Yeah, we're also on a local signal in Gainesville, GHQ 95.3 FM. We're working on getting that as a streaming link available for people to listen to from anywhere in the world.
Yes. 2-1 pitch is high, 3-1. Dan Silver asking who's in the booth. This is Ethan Ibe with me, my colleague. We both graduated from the University of Florida. My good friend Ethan, who is in his first year broadcasting in the Pioneer League. He was in the Cape Cod last year. On Cape Cod, sorry. There's oh, that's gone.
Hello.
High and deep left field. You can put it on the board. Yes. It's a Carter Booth long blast, 457 feet to left center field. And the Vibes get one more off of Gabe Tanner, who I will say has pitched a career-high 7 1/3 innings today, but man, did he leave that one right down the middle for Booth.
That is easily the largest home run I have seen Booth hit this year. It's his 7th of the season. It's not a guy who you rely on the pop too much, more of a singles, doubles guy with incredible speed, but every now and again you'll see that.
Here's a comment on our YouTube. Someone saying this is actually James Collier's mom, Christy. That's Ethan, the Rocky Mountain version of our Nevada. It's true. On all fronts, it's true. Swing and a miss from Clark, 0-1. He, like me, runs the Presto stats and is keeping score as we speak. He sets up the Synergy cameras like I do at home, and he's also a former Gator. Foul back to the screen, 0-2. I think it's time to tell our story here on the radio side. So Ethan and I, once upon a time, called a game of Gators football, and it was the season opener, right?
It was my first ever Gators football game, Florida versus Utah, September of 22.
And it was on GHQ, which
yes.
the Gators will be on the Student Broadcast Network hopefully in 2026, or 2025 and 2026 as Clark takes outside 1-2. And Ethan and I get to call this awesome game. We got to call the Anthony Richardson stop throw on the 2-point conversion. 1-2 pitches, blasted foul off to the left, 1-2. We got to call the Amari Burney game-winning interception. It was an awesome game.
Overall, yes, it was.
And yet nobody heard it.
Unfortunate.
Because all you could hear on GHQ was
basically.
1-2 is swung on and missed. Good pitch by Gabe Tanner. That's the changeup outside. And he picks up his 3rd K and is just 1 out away from completing 8 for the first time as a pro.
Well, here's the thing, Nevada, is that as unfortunate as it is that game was not properly captured with some shoddy audio equipment, it inspired the College of Journalism to invest more in students like you and I in our craft of play-by-play, and
it's true. Now we don't have that issue anymore. That's good. Big ups for Ethan Ibe. Pitch outside to Lynn Scott. It's 1-0. It's 14-4. Ballers lead the Vibes in the bottom of the 8th. We round out this Magic 8 Ball 8th inning. You still got the 8 ball in your hand?
Oh, I do.
All right, we got to get one more question in. Let me ask you a question. Oh, Magic 8 Ball. There's the ball. Oh, there we go. Hit through the left side, base hit. Tanner's pitch count is over 100, so I'm kind of secretly hoping. I would love for him to finish this inning, but if there was a little mound visit here.
All right, we've got some time on our hands.
We got some time. Okay. Oh, wonderful Magic 8 Ball. Our Lord and Savior. No, just kidding. Okay, let me focus. Deep breath. 14-4, Ballers lead. Mound visit. Jim Diedrich's out there for the Ballers. Ooh. Will the Ballers and Vibes, since the answer was yes, meet in the playoffs this year?
Wow. Okay, let's shake it up and see for ourselves.
Both teams could still make the playoffs.
Most likely.
Interesting. I can see that. Ballers at the 1 seed, Vibes is the 4, sneaking in.
Yeah. Still have an opportunity here down the stretch, about a month left to play.
Let me get a little more deep here.
Okay.
Oh, majestic Magic 8 Ball.
Butter it up.
Lovely Magic 8 Ball. You seem to be a Magic 8 Ball that has, a pretty good aura about it. And I feel like you, you have a history. And you've the other billiard balls you've probably befriended. Oh, mysterious Magic 8 Ball. Are you seeing anyone? Pitch bounce to 3rd, foul. I asked it this a few games ago. It said concentrate and ask again.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Ooh, okay.
The 8 Ball has people.
Follow up. Magic 8 Ball. Are you in Scrappy an item?
Shake, shake, shake.
0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed.
Wait, what does that say?
Oh, no, that got Lozano.
Cannot predict now.
Cannot predict now. Okay. It doesn't want to give away too much too soon. But we have confirmed, everyone, that the Magic 8 Ball is in some sort of relationship.
Very happy for it.
Magic 8 Ball, is it monogamous? Is it? are you in a polyamorous relationship? Is it monogamous?
My sources say. What does it say? Wait, hold on. It is decidedly so.
It is. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. We already asked the Magic 8 Ball, and the answer was yes. The Vibes will make a comeback in this game. So we have Alyssa was asking me in the booth to my right about it. And they got one back in this inning, but I think there's 2 strikes here on Tofflin. Yes. Oh yeah. I have the scorekeeper next to me.
Hi.
Thanks, E. Pitch inside. It's 1-2. Oh man. Well, Magic 8 Ball 8th inning review. Ethan.
This is some of the most fun I've had all year.
I'm so glad. 1-2. That's blasted high and deep left center field. Bugs at the track. He's at the wall. He makes the catch. Because of course he does. Bugs the track star out in center, tracks down another one, and Tofflin flies out to foil the Magic 8 Ball's prediction of a Vibes comeback bid. Ethan, it's been the pleasure of a lifetime having you on. Great to call a game with you again, sir.
Thank you so much, Nevada, for introducing me to the wonderful Oakland faithful. It may not be the last time we speak.
Yeah, it may not be. That's Ethan Ibe, everyone. I'm Nevada Cullen. 9th inning when you return on 860 AM. The Answer, 14-4 Ballers lead. Sorry, I'm too busy catching up with Ethan in between innings. We're in the 9th. There's a new pitcher for the Vibes, and this is, please tell me it's Austin Chenard. Please tell me that's Austin Chenard. It looks like Austin Chenard. 28, right? Oh. Oh no, it's 35. It's Zuniga, yeah. Okay. That's great. Top of the 9th inning. (14-4) Ballers lead. Outside to Almanza. It's 1-0. So we have a position player pitching for the Vibes here in the top of the 9th inning. Ballers up 14-4. It's Alonzo Zuniga who misses outside. 2-0. Zuniga, 24-year-old from Covina, California, is the 3rd-string catcher for the Vibes. His 2-0, way off the plate. Does Zuniga have pitching experience? Yes. Including one appearance already for the Vibes this year, and he actually threw a scoreless inning, 1 hit allowed. 3-0. Almanza takes outside. That's ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Christian here in the top of the 9th. Thanks to those of you still listening on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, Brendan Colthurst has done a great job to sync up the stats so you can see who's pitching, who's hitting, their season stats, the line score. And so you may see the line score right now if you're listening on YouTube of 14 runs on 14 hits, no errors. Rocky Mountain 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. You'll also notice that the runs were scored in 2 separate innings, and that's all for the Ballers as Harris takes high 1-0. They scored 9 in the 3rd and 5 in the 7th to take this 14-4 lead against the Vibes. Harris swats one foul out of play off to the right. It's 1-2. My curiosity is going to get the best of me. I'm going to check scores around the Pioneer League Baseball. Hopefully the Sky Sox have mounted a comeback. They have not. They're losing to the Paddlehead still 9-4 in Missoula. Jackalopes beat the Ogden Raptors today 10-4. That affects the playoff race as Harris fouls one back towards me, just to my right. That actually was slightly into the booth next to me. I don't know the name of the gentleman who is looking through some binoculars right now, but he reached out of the booth to try to catch it and knocked it back into the stands in front of him next to my new friend Alyssa, and I think Derek's the other one. Oh, no. And I don't know what happened there. I think it might have been on the backswing that the catcher Feliciano got caught, and he's being tended to by the athletic training staff. Hopefully he's okay. 2 strikes on Harris. More scores around the Pioneer League. Billings beats Glacier 5-2. Chuckers beating up on the Voyagers 12-5 in Idaho Falls. Yuba Sutter leads Boise 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Billings won 5-2 thanks to a great outing from Justin Fuson today for the Mustangs. 6 1/3 scoreless. 5 hits allowed, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. And there will be a new catcher, unfortunately, for the Vibe. Feliciano has to come out. Who is into the game? My guess is this would be Austin Chenard, who had the day off today. Oh, yeah, it has to be because the pitcher is the other catcher, Zuniga. So Chenard now behind the dish, who caught yesterday's game. He'll catch this top of the 9th inning, and that'll be all. Runner on first. That's Christian Almanza. He walked against Zuniga. Final line for Hunter Bryan today. He goes 1 inning, 1 hit allowed, no runs, and he strikes out 2. Danny Harris on 2 strikes, bounces it foul. Guess we'll look at some MLB scores while we're in a 14-4 game here. Bottom of the 9th in Colorado, just an hour and a half north of here. The Diamondbacks are beating the Rockies 8-2. The rest of the games are final tonight. Orioles beat the Mariners 5-3 after a rain delay. Pitch outside to Harris, it's 2-2. Blue Jays beat the Cubs at home 2-1. Jeff Hoffman with his 27th save. Guardians beat the Marlins 9-4 in Cleveland. Harris reaches out and pokes one to second. That's a looping line out for Danny against Zuniga. The 3rd string catcher gets the first out of the inning, keeping his ERA at 0 on the season for now. There's 1 away in the top of the 9th. The Ballers lead 14-4 with 1 out in the inning. Nats beat the Phillies today 3-2 in the nation's capital. I believe Nathaniel Lowe hit a grand slam yesterday and then was DFA'd today, which is tough luck. Helmick takes a strikeout or half, 0-1. Mark Kahn's Braves beat the New York Mets today 4-3 in Queens. And the Tigers and Twins were the last game of the day and the best game of the day, as Helmick lines one up the middle for a base hit, and he's got a 2-hit ball game. Almanza to second on the line drive single. 68-mile-an-hour pitch, 92 off the bat. Position player pitching for the Vibes, trailing 14-4 in the 9th. But the game today, 4-3. The Tigers beat the Twins in 11 innings. That was in Minnesota, so it was not a walk-off. Gleyber Torres had a go-ahead sac fly for the Gritty Tigers. Michael O'Hara takes the first pitch high for a ball, 1-0. See, now this is what I'm talking about. This Michael O'Hara should be perfectly ready for Zuniga after seeing me in batting practice just lobbing it in. And he pops one into short left field out there. Tofflin, the 3rd baseman, has a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 2 in the top of the 9th. Brings up Jake Allgaier, 14-4, the Ballers lead. Rocky Mountain Vibes won yesterday 16-1, but they're losing to the Ballers today 14-4. Just a complete performance by Oakland after, I mean, they couldn't be more different performances yesterday. The Ballers give up 16 runs yesterday. They've only allowed 4 today. They scored just 1 yesterday. They've scored 14 today, as Allgaier takes a strike, 0-1. And the Ballers committed 3 errors yesterday, 0 today. So they flipped the script in literally every category. 0-1 to Allgaier. Grounded foul of first, 0-2. Allgaier has just 1 hit in the game, but has reached 3 times, a walk and a hit by pitch. Stands back in from the left side against the righty Zuniga, the catcher, who already has 1 scoreless inning for the Vibes this season. His 0-2 pitch loops in just high. It's 3-2. He thought he got it. A little chuckle from Zuniga as he works his way back to the mound. He missed high with, we'll call it a breaking ball, a looping curve, and it's 1-2. Zuniga from the stretch, another breaking ball. That's in. 2-2 on Allgaier. He has 3 2-hit games, Allgaier, in his last 5 contests. How about a 4th in his last 6? 2-2 pitch. Allgaier swats it foul off to the left. That's over towards the Oakland clubhouse. The visitors' clubhouse is on the third base side. Visitors' dugout is on the third base side. A proper dugout, really. Truly dug out of the ground, below the fielding surface, below the field of play. 2-2 again is low to Allgaier. Spits on a curveball, or maybe a slider there, actually. Had a bunch of break to it. It's got good stuff, that slider from Zuniga. 3-2 pitch. Allgaier fights it off. Onto the Berman left. Jake Allgaier wasn't my only breakfast buddy early on in the season. Isai Santos would join us at breakfast. But Isai, I don't know where he's been. Haven't seen him at the breakfast buffet at the hotel. Whoa, there's an eephus. Zuniga. Oh, no, it didn't even register on TrackMan. He just tried to lob it in there slowly to Allgaier to get him to swing. Instead, it was way too tall. I mean, if the strike zone is a house, that ball's on the roof. It was not the place to pull that pitch out. Now he has to face Tyler Lozano, who hit a grand slam a couple weeks ago in Marysville. First pitch, Tilo takes outside. In a 14-4 game, do the Ballers take an extra base here on a wild pitch? It's 14-4, 10-run lead, top of the 9th. I don't know. There's a strike to Lozano on the outside corner. Top of the zone, too. 1-1. Great pitch from Zuniga. Alonzo Zuniga. 24 years old. Played at 2 different NAIA schools. Misses way outside with the breaking ball there. 2-1. Played at William Penn University, an hour and a half east of Des Moines. And then in 2024, he played at Cumberland University, an hour and a half east of Nashville, Tennessee. 2-1 count for Lozano. 1 hit in the game for Tilo. Takes off the plate. It's 3-1. Some loud cheers for Zuniga. That's nice to hear. He actually started 2025 with the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes of the Mavericks Independent Baseball League. Zuniga. 3-1 pitch is spoiled foul by Lozano. That pitch would have been a strike. It's 3-2. Now, the Mavericks Independent Baseball League, if you've never heard of it, is a 4-team league entirely based in the Salem metropolitan statistical area. And from 97 to 2020, the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes were members of minor league baseball's Northwest League. Lozano cranks one out to right field. Hemrick still racing back to the track, turns, can't make the catch. And Helmick scores, Allgaier scores, Lozano jogs into second with a bases clearing double. And now he takes off for third, trying to take the extra 90, and he is in there. Lozano scores on an error. Or Lozano gets to third on the error. He clears the bags with that double. His second hit of the game. And for Lozano, that's just his 6th multi-RBI game of the year. Crushed that double the opposite way. 371 feet to right over the head of Hemrick. Bases clearing double as Lozano, with the bases loaded, is now 2 for 3 with a grand slam and a double this year. Not bad. 7 RBI with the bases loaded. in just 3 at-bats. We'll take that. Davis Druick fouls one off. It's 0-1. 17-4 Oakland. This is one of their highest scoring games this season, not the highest scoring game. Way back in Ogden, I think, is still the record for most runs in a game. As Druick takes a strike, it's 0-2. That was a 22-11 win for Oakland. Now a 13-run lead for Oakland. This is one of their biggest wins of the year. 0-2 to Druick is swung on and missed, and Zuniga picks up a strikeout. His ERA is no longer 0 as a Rocky Mountain Vibe, but he does get a K to end the top of the 9th inning. 3 runs in the inning for the Ballers against Zuniga, all off the bat of Tyler Lozano, whose 3-run opposite field bases clearing double puts Oakland up 17-4 heading to the bottom of the 9th on 860 AM. The Answer. Take a bow, why don't you, Gabe Tanner? A career-high 8 innings today. After his last start, he pitched a career-high 7 innings. And Gabe Tanner gives way to Tommy Ventimiglia here in the 9th. Ballers 3 outs away from a win, up 17-4 on the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Gabe Tanner, a career-high 8 innings, 6 hits. He gave up a couple of bombs, 4 earned runs over his 8 innings of work. So it's not technically a quality start, but other than the definition of a quality start, which is 6 innings or more and 3 runs or less, 3 runs or less, yeah. Other than that definition, it's a quality start by every other definition of the phrase. Ventimiglia will face Hank Himrick to start this inning. The first pitch from Ventimiglia is swung on and missed. 92-mile-an-hour fastball top of the zone. 0-1. Pressure's all off for Ventimiglia, as it was last time when he pitched yesterday and did not pitch well. 0-1 toss from Tommy. That's swatted foul, 0-2. 2/3 of an inning, no hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, a hit batter, and a strikeout. He's just, if he wants to stay in the Pioneer League and hopefully pitch his way out of it, because he has the stuff to do so, he's just got to throw strikes. 0-2 pitch. Bounce right back to him. He'll take that. He runs to first, underhand flip to first to Almanza for out number 1. He's got great stuff. That's 94 on the inner black. If he can paint like that, then the Ballers have themselves a gem in Ventimiglia. And I think he really can. 21 years old, 6'4", 215-pound righty from Coram, New York. Pitched for 3 years in the Guardians organization. Drafted by the Ballers on July 20th out of the Ogden midseason Pioneer League tryout. So the Ballers have that extra incentive in that they drafted him to develop him further, keep him around. Mind you, he's 21. Yes, he did not have success in the minor leagues, but he was drafted out of high school. That happens. That is going to happen. Here's Gary Laura Gonzalez. Grounds the first pitch he sees to second. Gobbled up by Harris, and the Ballers are 1 out away from a big response and a big victory. 16-1 they lost last night. They lead 17-4 here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. Dooley up with the bases empty. Ventimiglia really just breezing in 93 right there, right down the middle. And Laura Gonzalez bounced it to second. First pitch to the lefty, Dooley, is a strike, 93. Right down center from Ventimiglia, 0-1. Ballers saw a 12-game win streak come to an end yesterday. Time to start a new one. 0-1. Dooley takes. That's the first pitch out of the zone for Ventimiglia, and it did not miss by much. 94 high and away. Just missed clipping the corner. Dooley's 0 for 3 today. 6 on the timer. 1-1 pitch from Ventimiglia is fouled off. 1-2. How great would it be for Ventimiglia to get his second Oakland strikeout and pitch a 1-2-3 ninth to seal this 17-4 Oakland win? He's got good strikeout stuff. 71 strikeouts in the minors and 62 innings over 3 years. His 1-2 pitch to Dooley is waved on and missed. 94 at the top of the zone, and Ventimiglia picks up a perfect bottom of the ninth inning to give Oakland their second win of the series. They win 17-4. They bounce back after a 16-1 drubbing last night with a big win of their own tonight. 17-4, your final Ballers win here in Colorado Springs. Post-game show when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Your final score here from Colorado Springs. The Ballers win 17-4 over the Rocky Mountain Vibes. This is the post-game show. I'm Nevada Cullen. Chris Dorr, as always, did a great job back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. As, yes, those of you on YouTube are noticing, Gabe Tanner did not pitch a complete game. I think my good buddy Ethan forgot to give it to Ventimiglia that ninth inning, but we can fix that without an issue. The Ballers win 17-4 here in Colorado Springs to bounce back after a 16-1 loss last night. And it all started in the third inning because the Ballers sent 13 to the plate and scored 9 runs. It was chaos. Tremaine Cobb Jr. walked to start the inning. Isai Santos actually made 2 outs in that inning. He grounded out. But then Christian Almanza had an RBI single, blooped into left to get the scoring started. Then Danny Harris doubled, and Helmick scored Almanza and Harris on a ground ball to second. That was under the glove of Dooley for an error. And so the Ballers led 3-0. Then, next batter, Cam Buford rocks a 2-run homer to left field. 109 off the bat. An absolute missile off the bat of Cam for his 14th long ball of the season. It extended his hit streak to 10. He now has 11 extra base hits over the course of this 10-game hit streak. Buford made it 5-0. Allgaier was hit by a pitch. Courtwright was pulled at that point. And then the new pitcher, Scherer, walked to Lozano. Davis Druick hit an opposite field 2-run double to deep left center to make it 7-0 Oakland. The Ballers would score 2 more on a Christian Almanza 2-run double. And as a result, they led 9-0 after 3. Would the Vibes make things interesting? Not really. Bottom of the 5th inning, a 2-run homer from Gary Laura Gonzalez broke up Gabe Tanner's bid at a no-hitter and a shutout. And then in the 7th inning, Oakland would finally respond to those 2 runs with 5 more of their own in the top of the 7th. It all started with Jake Allgaier's single with 1 out after O'Hara was thrown out trying to hustle out a triple. Tyler Lozano dumped a single into left. Davis Druick dumped a single into right. Tremaine Cobb Jr. walked. Darrell Buggs walked to bring home a run, and then Christian Almanza had a 2-run single, and that gave him his, 5 now? 5 RBI games this season? Yeah, that's ridiculous from Almanza, who is now up to 81 RBI, the franchise record. Only question is, can he reach 100 ribbies in his rookie campaign? I think yes. Danny Harris walked, Lou Helmick walked to drive in a run, and that was the 5th run of the top of the 7th. Rocky Mountain would get a homer from Carter Booth in the 8th, but they would not score in the 9th against Tommy Ventimiglia, who goes a perfect 9th inning and strikes out 1. But Gabe Tanner is the hero today for Oakland. His line was incredible. 8 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. As a result of those no walks, Tanner was able to pitch 8 innings for the first time as a pro, one-upping his career high in innings that he set Friday against Yuba Setter in a 14-4 win. With another inning tonight, a new career high for Tanner. He is now a perfect 7-0 in this season, and that is in just 13 appearances, 7 starts for Tanner. He has really taken the Pioneer League by storm. He's taken all of us by storm with how good he has been so unexpectedly. Tanner joining the team midway through the season. The rookie out of Cal State East Bay, just 23 years old, the Danville, California native, was outstanding tonight. He is now 7-0 as a pro. As for Rocky Mountain, the loss goes to Gabriel Courtwright. Courtwright is now 0-1. He has a record officially as a professional pitcher. Your final line score tonight, have it pulled up on YouTube, so I can just copy it off of there. 17 runs on 16 hits for the Ballers, no errors. 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Not only is this a big contrast from last night's game in which the Ballers lost 16-1, but look at game 1 on Tuesday. The Ballers 7 runs on 19 hits, 1 error. Today, no errors, 3 less hits, but 10 more runs as the Ballers are victorious here from Colorado Springs. Game started at 6:34 local time, 9:29, 8:29 finish back in the Bay, 2:55 run time. Thursday, August 14th, cloudy skies and 80 degrees at first pitch. The vibes fall to 35 and 39, 13 and 14 in the second half. The Ballers improved to 58 and 17, and 21 and 6 in the second half. Oakland has officially matched its win total from all of 2024, and they do it here on August 14th, and we haven't even reached the we haven't even gotten to September. We're not even in the late stages of, I mean, you get the point. The Ballers get to 58 wins in the last week of the season last year against the High Wheelers. They do it here in week, what is it, 13? No. Yes, week 13 of the Pioneer League season. Oakland gets to 58 wins with still 4 weeks left. If I have that correct, let me do the math in my head. Boise, Yuba Setter, no, 3 weeks left after this. This is one of the last 4 weeks of the regular season before playoffs. The first half champion Ballers trying to be the overall champion Ballers in the Pioneer League in 2025. Nice bounce back from the Ballers tonight after a disappointing, to say the least, 16-1 loss last night. And boy, did they respond tonight with a big win. And thanks to Gabe Tanner, whose 8 sparkling innings tonight helped him to set a new career high in innings. Gabe Tanner, the Danville native, was on fire tonight in Colorado Springs. That does it for today's broadcast here from Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Our final score, Ballers 17, Vibes 4, a final in 9 innings. Big thanks to those who helped make the broadcast possible, including Ballers co-founders Paul Friedman and Brian Carmel, Ballers assistant general manager Tyler Peterson, Brennan Colthurst, and Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Also, shout out to Ballers general manager Laura Geist, who is tuned in tonight, and we appreciate her work. Also, big thanks to you, the listener. We'll have more baseball coming up. Our coverage of Friday's Game 4 of the 6-game set will start at around 5:30 pack time on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. We hope that you can join us. Again, our final score, Ballers 17 and the Vibes 4. Time to start a new streak. I'm Nevada Cohen saying so long, and thanks for listening to Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer.